Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Y'all are brewheads? Yeah, we brewheads. So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is Cee Certified Brewhead, and welcome to episode 83 of Beer and Other Shit, the podcast Adjunct series. This evening, I am back again, and basically, it's a Tiffany and Cee podcast.
Yeah, look at that! Isn't it lovely?
I really do.
Tell me you all love it. All right, give me a like or a review.
Right?
Give me a podcast review. It really helps the podcast. You can tell them the market earlier.
Tell them already.
The podcast.
Off the rip.
It really helps the podcast if you give a review. So if you're listening and you like it, please review and leave a comment. It just helps us with ranking and such. Yeah. SEO can only take you so far.
It's very true. Look at that.
Thank you for listening. My name is Tiffany from Liquid X Happiness.
And BAOS.
And BAOS. And High Season.
There you go.
There you go.
I've
got a lot going on.
It's probably more. So we are back again, guys. We are. If you're watching the video, it probably sounds a little different, even to home, because there's a little bit less stuff in this room. But we are out of town right now. We are in Prince Edward County, a new fave place. We've talked about it
Countless times
recently. Yeah, I wouldn't say countless, but
I was like
a little bit.
To our friends, probably always though.
Yeah, friends are just like, geez, guys, get over it.
Get over it. It's just a damn county,
right? It's like, geez, but no, we really enjoy it out here. We didn't have all of our equipment with us. We're just running off the webcam this evening, but you know what? There's always there's always a way to get it done. So, in the spirit of being in the county, I'm going to crack open a beer fresh from Bloomfield. This is Matron Fine Beers, Yeasayer Lagerbier.
What a wonderful guy.
Justin's a champion.
What a wonderful, wonderful man.
I swung past today. I picked up a case for my brother and I.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't there, I see.
No, he wasn't there. I just went and bought a case. Because their stuff is fire. I had this beer, fortunately. I'm going to need you to take the photo as well.
Oh, yeah, true.
You want to...
Let me do that first before I Instagram.
Yeah, that's true. I had this on Nitro at the brewery in September when we were here. It was just flipping glorious. Yeah? Yeah. So I figured, let's crush one of these beers. I've never had it out of a can. They had so much stuff. I'm genuinely excited for the beers that I got. Did that just drip? No. Look at that. Great head. These are also Airbnb glassware. I did not bring my own stuff. We had enough crap with us, so I didn't want to bring anything extra. Tiff, you want to tell them what you're drinking? Tiff, and we're gonna split the next beer, but Tiff, tell them what you've just been doing.
So I had just done a photo shoot with the gin cup. Oh yeah, it's because I got up and went to do the shoot. So I just did a brand shoot with a client.
For
Liquid X Happiness, a partner. Yeah, it's a partner. Technically, they're my clients, I guess, right?
I guess they are. They hired you as a content creator. So
I'm a vendor. Content creators,
I just never thought of it that way.
Content creators are vendors.
Yeah.
So in this weekend in Prince Edward County, we are doing 8 shoots, guys. 8 shoots. 2 for High Seasons brand partnerships, and then 6 for... Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Sorry. I'll text her.
Okay.
2 for High Season, and then 6 for Liquid X Happiness, which is the platform that I have dedicated to all things liquid, including craft beer, wine, coffee, and spirits. Yes. So with the spirit brand, I was tasked to make a little cocktail. So I made my own spin on a French 75, and it has this gin ingredient, which you'll see on my feed if you follow me. Sparkling, at Liquid Happiness, simple syrup. Lemon with a little lemon squeeze at the top and topped with champagne. And the gin is a ginger gin, so it's giving it this little like spice kick, which I'm really enjoying, and it feels so like wintry, which is the holiday deal. So I'm very much enjoying it.
I love it. Very cool idea. Cheers.
I almost spilled it, but cheers.
It's okay. It's the thing at the bottom. This is delightful.
I love
really
nature.
dusty. Really,
try that?
Yeah, really, really smooth. Really wicked cereal vibe, nice and bitterness, a little grassy. I feel like this isn't even that much less smoother than the damn Luca, because I know Justin, this is what he does. He does these style of beers, It's a glorious thing. Oh yeah, you want to get that? You want to make sure you get the Matron in there. Yeah, get that, yeah.
Sorry guys, I was putting stuff on the ground.
Yeah, you know the vibes. It's good when Tiff's here because
lots of content.
We're just hustling.
Content life.
So let's see what we're going to talk about tonight. We're doing something fun. We're actually going to do something we've been wanting to do as a YouTube video for a while, but we thought we could do it as a podcast. Now, even for those who are listening, shouts to y'all. We're going to describe everything, but we're probably going to redo it as a video with some other ones as well, like maybe a series. But we'll get to that. So The first thing I had, well, we actually had a different podcast tonight, but got rescheduled. Lots of rescheduling happens all the time, so that's why we're back again 2 weeks in a row.
Was that the last one?
Yeah. That's
Oh,
why.
the murder she drank, guys. Let us know what you
No
thought
one said
of
anything
that.
really, but most people in the pod, they're kind of like regular listeners.
At least we didn't get anyone yelling, so that's nice.
Yeah.
We should check the download numbers.
I should check the numbers to see
Yeah.
if people, like, maybe they downloaded it, but I should check the listen
Yeah,
time.
let's see. Let's
I'd like to know how you guys felt about it. Either way, it won't be in this format ever again.
Yeah, it's always going to be just on the YouTube channel. So
Yeah,
it's
we might
fine.
start
If you
next
hated
week
it,
or
well, then fine. But if you loved it, head over to BAOS on YouTube.
And check that out. I actually quite enjoy it. And it was, from what I understand now, it's a decent amount of work for us because we actually have to pull the information from multiple articles and then kind of put it in a narrative.
Oh, yeah, it's some good
Format.
work. I feel like it's going to be like, well, it's like an hour prep when you normally don't do that
Hour or
much
two
prep.
Not really,
Yeah.
not for this. We just sort of get some ideas down. But anyway, that's why I just wanted to just put it out there. That's why we're doing back-to-back episodes because, like, I think I might have said it earlier. I just haven't gone, like, crazy hard on scheduling guests. We've got a bunch still of things lined up and people I'm talking to waiting to lock in dates. But like earlier in the year, I've gone so slow on it because I guess it was March through June or July, like a year and 3 months. I went crazy and I got so burnt out. Like it was really a lot. Like it was fun. We had some great conversations, great beers, great people, but I just needed to pull back on it, so I'm just sort of letting it really organically happen. Like if I'm talking to someone, I'm like, "Yo, you want to jump on?" Boom, and then we'll do it. But otherwise, I'm like, "Oh man, we gotta chill."
Yeah.
So
I'm glad we took a chill.
yeah, exactly. But if anyone wants to be on once again, like holla at me, we'll figure it out. But that's just why we're doing the ones with Tiff, and I kind of like these ones. Like I think we might have talked about it before. Like it's a nice little switch up.
Yeah, it just mixes it up every
Combos
now
are
and then.
great,
Keep
but-
people on their toes, Keep things interesting.
I know the vibes. I mentioned here we could talk about Prince Edward County, but I didn't even know if we really were. Have we talked about it before?
For sure we've talked about it. We talked about it on the trip when we came back in September in the pod, no?
And we
I
did some
thought we
solo
did.
ones then?
I thought so.
I'd have to double check. You're probably right. You
But Prince
have a
Edward
better
County
memory.
is a great region. Yeah, I thought you talked about Matron. I told everyone about Matron stuff. Maybe
Did I?
not then.
Yeah,
Give
good.
them a 2-minute synopsis on the county.
Yeah. So Prince Edward County is a little island in Lake Ontario about all the way. To get to the top of it is maybe like an hour and a half from Toronto. 2. It's I think it is connected to the land by one side, but mostly a lot of bridges around. And it's really famous for its wine and its craft beer now. There's like 50-something wineries and 20 breweries, maybe less. And the beer scene is really picking up. I like out here that I feel like it's still growing. It's a growing scene. There's
It's definitely growing.
a lot more to come.
Even Kingston. There was what
Kingston
pod did
too.
you do the other day?
We
they
had
were
Fine
talking
Balance
about?
and Daft. I'm going there
Yeah,
tomorrow. I'm
so
going
there
to
you
both of
go.
them tomorrow. I can't wait because the dudes are awesome. The beers are just spectacular. That really made me happy talking to those guys. Definitely go check those episodes out. I think they were the 2 before the last episode with Tiff, like 80 and 81 or something like that. Beers were just really, really cool, and I've heard the place is beautiful as well, so I'm definitely going to check that out. In Prince Edward County itself, obviously Matron Fine Beer, one of my faves, Justin, who was formerly of Stone City, is the co-founder. I'm not sure if he's the head brewer or if he just kind of directs it all. No, he's got people doing it. Probably has people doing it, I would imagine. And beers are exceptional. Like I said, fine beer. This is their land beer. Actually, when I was getting them today, I had to ask I think it's one of the owners who was there last time we were there. I was like, yo, what's this one? What's this, like, something called like a fog beer? Like, it's super weird shit, and I love it. I'm here for it. So that was super cool. Really love what they're doing. I'm very excited to try all the stuff I've got. The other one I really enjoy is Slake, Wicked View.
Oh, gorgeous
Right.
view. Great time.
Their beer, they do a great lot of crispies and essentially hoppy beers. They even had like some sort of autumn ale, which I don't know what that is, but I grabbed one anyway. Just some interesting stuff. One of the best views I've seen from a brewery. Love it. Love the vibe there. It's super cool. 555, we're actually staying around the corner from them. So Shasta, Nat, and Drew. We grabbed some pizza and beers from there last night.
right in their spot, right in the hood. Yeah.
Right in the hood in Picton. I had a New Zealand Pilsner from them last night. It was fantastic. And I grabbed another. They have like a Five Alive style sour. So I have that in the fridge. I haven't had that yet. They do some cool stuff. Pizzas are great. We got leftovers of that tonight. Boom. So that was cool. What else they got in the area? They got Parsons, which I haven't been to. Maybe I'll swing. I don't know. I kind of feel like I have enough beer, but I'd like to swing by to check it out at least.
Yeah.
What else is cool? I can't even remember off the top of my head, but I think that's the beauty of all of this, though, right? They're the ones I feel like I have a lot to explore here. I mean, there's Barley Days, who I've been to back in the day. I haven't had them for a while.
Were they cancelled?
They were only cancelled in the sense of...
what was the buck of beer, right?
Stuff.
That's what it was, yeah.
It wasn't like a full cancellation.
Oh, no. It was just like... I guess it's like only the left side would cancel them or something, then, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Because was that a Republican Democrat thing?
They were aligned with...
How American? Is that a liberal or conservative thing? Damn, American politics getting in my life.
We got American clients. We're talking to Americans
all the time. It's really bad.
For me, and it's...
I'm getting messed up. Sometimes I'm spelling color with no U and stuff like that. It's really bad because we're writing like even in American all the time, so it's really bad.
I don't like it. Why don't we just have the same spelling?
It's just so annoying. Yeah. Anyways, they just have to be different from everybody.
They really do. Shouts to all. Make some amazing
Love y'all
beer,
in the US.
Great homes
and great
out there.
beer.
Great people.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know that much about PEC, I guess is what I'm saying, because I can't even list that many
Did you
more
mention
breweries.
Prince Eddie? I might have missed
Prince Eddie.
Yeah, because that one we did, the
Prince
podcast
Eddie's?
one.
We did. We had one of the dudes from there, Eric, on there. I'm not sure if he's still there, but I had one of their beers the other night. It was like a smoothie sour in the LCBO. It wasn't quite a really hectic smoothie sour.
Okay.
It's kind of more just like a regular fruited sour, and it was great. Might consider swinging by there. I haven't had their stuff for a while. We met the dude at one of the festivals.
Was that the Picton tasting one?
Yeah.
So funny. Like, check us out. We were in Picton. Didn't even realize we were.
We didn't realize how much we liked this place back then. I feel like I don't think we fronted on it. I just think we sort of didn't pay enough attention.
I kind of fronted.
I guess in the end, that's technically... Is that the
definition
definition
of fronting? I think that's actually what the fronting is. You don't pay attention to something that makes something special, probably, or whatever, you know? Like, yeah. So we totally fronted.
It. How did we even rediscover it?
I don't remember how.
Was it?
All of a sudden, we were in love and wanted to be there. I don't even remember what caused it.
I think last summer, when all the COVID stuff kind of calmed down and you could kind of travel, we were like, all right, we need to go somewhere and just have a break. We were thinking Prince Edward County, but all the properties were just insanely expensive to get out here. So then we ended up going to Quebec City on the campaign, and then we went to Gaspé.
Oh,
I went for 2 nights or whatever it was in Quebec City.
Gotta edit that vlog, yeah.
We'll get there. It's been crazy. And then we went there instead. So I think it was started from there. And then one of our good friends, Ryan and Andrea, they moved out here. I can't remember if it was this year or last year. Yeah. And seeing him out here and stuff, and a few of our friends, Scott, my old co-host, which you're going to see more of him in a second. Literally. I
was like, when?
Like,
when's Scott coming?
He's coming here. Yeah. So I think it might have just been that, paying attention and just really like looking and
then we came and did the nice stay on the waterfront property here in September, and that was quite spectacular. Then we're like, oh, this place is
and we were doing more stuff this trip because it's winter, like everything closes mad, and we're city people.
That's the one thing too. It's like not for Craig and Tiff's life. Like the cafe that we like the most closes at 3 p.m. It's like what we usually go for our coffee runs like out at like 4:35
earliest in Montreal. Usually it's like 6 sometimes. Usually if we're at home, we're like late night.
Yeah, so like that's already just like a disaster for us.
So we have been to
and then like even on the first night we came here and we were like, oh yeah, what are we gonna eat? And then we're like, oh fuck, we came to like picked it and we're not gonna have anything. And it was like 8:54 and we basically just had to have McDonald's because everything closes at 9 p.m. period. Yeah. And like there was a McDonald's right up the street, thank goodness. Or we could have had the KFC, but then we did have
that would have closed at 9.
They closed at 9 too. No,
the alternative.
That would have been the alternative was like McDonald's or KFC. So we went in the McDonald's direction because they're better, obviously.
But we did have KFC.
And we did have KFC, and it was as horrendous as we thought that it would have. They didn't add the lettuce to the sandwich. I mean, I know you're like, oh, you don't care about your health, so you're having KFC,
right?
But like, let me have some lettuce. My goodness gracious, like, give me just. It was
really bad.
It was so disrespectful.
Yeah, I was pretty upset with that whole experience.
Literally, I went back
I got like the Zinger burger
and looked at the photo, and I was like, is there supposed to be lettuce on this? Or did we both happen to get sandwiches that for some reason just don't have lettuce on them? Like, I'm surprised they gave us mayo and not just chicken on top of the bread.
Like we even got the bread. It was crazy, yo.
Anyways, they weren't messing with
the only other option would be to drive to Belleville, which is like 30 minutes from here.
And then do like a St. Louis or Wild Wings or something like that. Yeah, maybe we could do that tomorrow.
I love
So
doing
also
that.
are enjoying our time so much we end up extending our trip for 3 more days.
Yeah, we're not 3 nights actually.
3 more nights, yeah. So we're going to be here till Sunday. We're recording this on Wednesday, the day the podcast is supposed to come out.
How bad? We've been pretty hectic though.
Yeah, life's been crazy. As
With
I mentioned,
those brand
8
shoots
have been
plus
really hectic. And then just regular working. Yeah, we didn't like take time off. This is a workcation, basically.
But it's kind of cool. We've never really done this before. We actually just kicked it here, and because this area is so chill, like it's so quiet, it's easy to get stuff done. We're really comfortable in this place, so it's
so comfortable.
Yeah.
Like we actually had to move to the place next door because this place is booked, but it would have been so much more convenient if we could have just stayed.
Yeah, right.
But then we get different scenery for content.
I think it's good for content.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna literally walk outside and dump our stuff, which is good.
Yeah.
So, it's been nice. So shout out to Prince Edward County. Y'all always hold us down. It's always a pleasure.
Shout out to the county.
Shout out to his family.
How wrong.
The other thing, just a couple quick things we're going to touch on before we get to the other kind of more funny stuff. The Bourbon County brand stout dropped last week from Goose Island, and it was the annual thing, I guess it's over American Thanksgiving, which was last Thursday. And the usual internet drama was always happening. A lot of folks have a problem, I guess, with craft beer nerds, on one day, supporting a macro brewery, being Goose Island, who were bought out by AB a bunch of years ago, probably a decade ago, actually. But the interesting thing is most macro...
Right, yeah, it would have been forever ago.
I think we went when they just bought, but we didn't know.
Yeah.
Because we were basic and didn't know shit back then. It was 2012.
That was 2012 Chicago.
We know nothing, The interesting thing about that is that typically macro-owned breweries, whether it's macro from the beginning, like the big boys, or the ones that are bought out, they don't really have any highly sought-after beers. And if they do, they usually get watered down. Like, you look at give any example, Ballast Point or fucking Elysium, any of the, I don't know why I'm having a blank, but like some of those breweries might have had some sought after stuff, but nothing crazy. Maybe Wicked Weed, I don't know if they've changed just yet, like how they went with it. But Bourbon County is like always been a big deal. We got it. I remember Scott went to some like Cali or some shit when we first started the podcast, and if you remember, it was episode like 19. He got one of the bottles when it was really hard to get. They didn't bring it to Canada, so now they bring it up here. It was just interesting. I know you probably don't know a lot about it, so your thoughts might be interesting. Like, how do you feel about craft? People like us who are very pro craft beer. We actively talk shit about big brewers and macro.
And stuff, yeah.
How do you feel about those same people like us going and purchasing and lining up for and bragging about the Bourbon County Stout from essentially a macro brewer? Does that seem hypocritical, or is it okay because it's once a year for one type of beer, even though maybe there's 14 variants or some shit?
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of the mind, is it good beer?
Apparently. Oh, well, I've had it. Yeah, it's great.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know, what you have to have a ban list or something like that? How nitty gritty do we want to get with certain things? If it makes you happy, and beer should make people happy.
I like the attitude. Sorry for reaching.
Just enjoy it. I just don't think it's that. I think we can sometimes take things too seriously, and it's everything is being taken too seriously across the world, across every point. Do you know what I mean? So it's we already have so much to deal with. If you like a beer from a company, and they just so happen to be bought out, but obviously there's something that's staying true to the ethos of the original company that was purchased to allow for this to happen. So can it happen? Can the employees who made it, who might work there, and who are really proud of their product, have people come and enjoy it and them feel good about themselves and not feel like shit because they work for the man or something? I don't know. It's that's what my thought of it. If it makes you happy, then do it. If it makes you happy and doesn't hurt anyone, I don't think lining up in line for just this one is such a big deal, or purchasing this is such a huge deal, then do what makes you happy. In the end, we still need to support beer as much as possible. And Goose Island, a lot of people are not even thinking about the fact that it's purchased or anything like that.
A lot of people people buying Bourbon County probably know, but people buying their stuff in general might not know.
Yeah, might not know, but then at least it's they are still, even these purchases in the end, and we'll talk about it because we're gonna get into an episode about does selling make you sell out in a way.
Stout sessions.
In
Definitely
stout
check
sessions.
out stout sessions.
And I think it's interesting in general because it's I don't know, like if you to extent purchase, I just always think about the podcast we had with
Magic Hat.
yeah, Magic Hat. No, I was thinking with the Fort Collins. What's the Breckenridge Brewery?
Oh yeah, Breckenridge. Yeah, well done.
Like
with Blake. Shut up, Blake.
Blake was
what
just
a champion.
we're actually looking at the person who works there and talking with him, and he's like, yeah, you know, it was weird and it kind of sucks or whatever, but like I'm still doing what I'm love. They don't mess with me. They don't mess with what I'm doing, and I just get to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We worked for Apple. Like they're an evil conglomerate because tech's ruining the world. I don't know. Like I don't know how deep do you want to get? Like obviously those people thought it was in their best interest to sell their brewery to these guys, and it is what it is. To me, macro beer is generally garbage, and that's why I think it's shit. And then what their model shit, and the model's actually
It's
great in
kind
terms of
genius.
replication. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. But you know what I mean? Like what they stand for isn't good, but it's like if it makes them happy to drink this beer at a point in the year, like let people do it.
Okay, I like your attitude.
Let me know your thoughts on that.
No, I basically agree. I was talking with Nate about it the other day because he mentioned he saw a bunch of the usual Twitter fodder.
Please, damn, get off Twitter, man. Like
Yeah, people just like to go and complain.
poor
on
Twitter.
that
This
stuff.
is why what's his name stood down. Sorry.
Yeah. No,
We're just like so toxic sometimes. Like let people live their best life. Like these random passive aggressive tweets and all that stuff. It's just like
yeah, you need to chill.
chill out. Oh my gosh, I wish there was something where it could detect like tone and be like, "Hey, are you sure you want to post this? Because you sound like a dick right now."
That would be pretty good.
Yeah,
Do you think they'd ever bring that
or
in?
it's just a private thing, and then you could post it and then wait to like release it. Like maybe you could get it out of your system and say something passive aggressive, but then it wasn't public, like close friends on Instagram.
Yeah, it's just like a thing.
And then you're like, actually, now I want to release it to the
Yes.
public. I've had a day to think about it, and I
I'm
still
cool
think
with
this is fine. Yeah.
That's a great idea, to be honest. That's really good. But yeah, I feel like, people like definitely like to just complain. I feel like people need something to complain about. We've talked about the beer drama for a while.
Yeah.
But I don't have that much of a problem. I'm pretty staunchly against all things macro for the most part. But I don't know. I also kind of feel like, well, does it hurt that much? Because are people buying that and then not buying the craft version of it?
Yeah.
Like, or other breweries? If they're interested in Imperial Barrel Aged Stouts, then they're going to buy it from everywhere. Exactly. And it just happens to be that one was historically good pre-buyout.
Yeah.
So they didn't fuck it up. There's been years where I believe it wasn't as fire, or maybe some of the variants were pretty bad and whatever. But I'm no connoisseur. I've probably had 2-3 of them over time. It's not the easiest thing to get hold of. And, I don't know. I just don't see that genuine harm in it. Like if people are really, really about the principles, I can see why folks might get worked up about it. Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I definitely think that's your own personal choice, though. It's like a vegan. Like you should be like, okay, cool. I'm not going to eat meat because I don't agree with the ethics of it, but you shouldn't be shitting on everybody across the board. If you're going to go to restaurant accounts and be like, stop selling beef and stuff like that, stop eating, blah, blah, blah. Like, make that your own personal decision, but you shouldn't be encroaching on other people's life and their decisions.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
And exactly what you said, like, definitely to double click on that. I definitely think that with regards to, like, if you purchase it, you're likely purchasing other craft beer. Then it's like, okay, it's probably, because I'm thinking, like, if you were to buy it, it's not like you're like, well, this is the only one I'm buying this year, and I'm not going to buy any Imperial Stouts from anyone else, period. Going, you know what I mean? You're likely, it's probably in the whole realm of all the things you're going to purchase. So that's one win. Like, that doesn't negatively impact craft breweries.
No.
Like, you'll spend the extra $12 to $20? I don't know what the cost is.
Something like that.
You're going to still spend it with other people as well. And then additionally, when we look at the people who are trying to convert into craft beer, if something like that makes them excited, then when they start, and they love that stout, then when they start seeing other craft stouts who are actually craft, because they're not really thinking in that realm, when they're actually craft, they'll be more open to trying it. So it's also a win for the industry as a whole. If that's the gateway and a minor deception that gets people into actually drinking craft beer because they're not thinking about all the stuff in the background behind it of who owns what, then that's a win for the industry.
That's a really good point, because it still could be a gateway beer.
Yeah, you never know. You're like, oh, this is amazing. Now
know.
I'm not afraid of a stout. I could go to Christmas, and then we say we had it and we gave it to someone, and now they're like, oh, whoa, okay, these aren't crazy. Yeah, they're like, oh, these aren't so terrible. They're like, okay, let me go to, when I see an LCBO and there's craft brews in LCBO, maybe I'll pick up one. Or like maybe when I go to a brewery sometime, I'm going to see it and I'm not afraid of it. Like, it's just...
Do you know what? That's a really good one. Our friend Stefan, who's a YouTuber, Stefan Mistro, you should check him out. He's got a couple 100,000.
Any coder, you'll definitely want to follow him for sure.
He's great. We used to live in the same building as him, and we got him into craft beer. Specifically, he loves IPAs. That's his thing. He always says, I love IPAs. And I don't think he has a specific one, but since we kind of... I'd always drop him off a beer or something, or if we went over, I'd bring a beer and I'd share a bunch with him. But I never brought anything crazy for him just because I didn't want to hit him with
That was cute. He got beers at his doorstep.
When, you
used to drop off.
Yeah,
remember?
So just leave it there for him and then just text him, like, hey, I left the beers for you, bro.
During COVID, I think you were hooking him up.
I think yes, because he left during COVID.
Yeah.
But for the first part, yes, I made sure I took care of him. But yeah, so we showed him craft beer, and he now likes IPAs. So he is more interested in that. So maybe before he might have, he was open to it because we all were friends. So, and that got him into that. So then now he's going to look out for IPAs. Sometimes he'll send me pictures and be like, yo, I'm at this restaurant, what should I drink? Like he's got family in California, so he would go there relatively regularly. He'd be like, hit me with the tap list. He wasn't going to the most fire places, but he wasn't going for beer, so I was like guiding him as to the ones that I know that he would like, and now he's interested in that. And I like that. It makes me happy, you know. I think it's super cool that, and that's really what you're talking about there. So, yeah, I'm with you. I don't really see a problem with it. So, if you manage to get some, congrats, enjoy them. Don't feel guilty. It is what it is. You know what? If it's going to help people, if you go and spend $50 on Bourbon County, then go spend $50 at a craft brewery. Go balance it out. Balance the world out. And that's how you can feel okay about it, because you did that shit.
But don't let somebody make you feel bad about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a little unnecessary.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to touch on... Should we do the ad read? I just forgot. We actually have... The episode is once again...
Oh, yeah, and we should have said that at the beginning, too.
We messed up. It's sponsored by Manscaped.
Your balls will thank you.
Now, I don't have the products with me, but luckily we have some B-roll we took earlier that Tiff is going to throw in at the right time. So I'm going to do the read. Now, last time I did go a little nuts on the read. I took really a much longer time because I was really trying to give him, it's the first ad read, and I wanted to really go all out. Now I'm going to be a bit more zippy because I feel like that was just too much, and I hope y'all didn't tune out too much or stop it. If you skipped it, that's okay, but don't tune out. So, it's the holiday season, and you don't know what to get as a... Hang on, what? It's holiday season, and you don't know what to get as a gift or stocking stuffer? Well, today's sponsor, Manscaped, has the tools to guarantee you win this year's stocking stuffer or white elephant competition. Don't know what that is? Got a visual... That's wild. Manscaped is a leader in men's below-the-waist grooming, and they have served more than 4 million men worldwide. If my math is correct, that's almost 8 million balls. What the fuck? I can't believe these I love it. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. MANSCAPED. Tiff's going to put it on the screen. .com with the code BAOS. 20% off, free shipping worldwide. So, do I have to say that part? Ho, 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 fellas. No, nice. 'Tis the season to perform. Now, look, I mentioned it last time. I used the Manscaped before I left for PEC. Fire. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. I used the other ball toner and deodorant products. Amazing. I would give them to my fellow craft beer enthusiasts, mostly, as a gift for the holidays, just because who doesn't want smooth balls? And I imagine their respective partners would appreciate it, you know? I'm here for it. I think it's what everybody needs. So Manscaped's best-selling product is the Performance Package 4.0, which is the main guy. Which is at the top of every man's wish list this year. Inside, you'll find their lawnmower body trimmer. That's the one. The best trimmer on the market for your balls, butt, and body. I would not use it on my butt, because imagine when it grows back. It's like this spiky shit on the cheeks.
That's fair.
I think we talked about that last time, did we?
Yeah.
We did?
I believe so.
And the Weed Whacker, which is the ear and nose hair trimmer. I live by that because I always look at old dudes' noses and ears and stuff, and I hate it, so I keep my shit on point. Let's not forget their famous liquid formulations. The Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, that was great, and the Crop Reviver Ball Toner to maximize your ball hygiene routine. I never had a ball hygiene routine aside from a shower, but now I do. Get the Performance Package now to receive 2 free gifts, the Manscaped Boxes and Shed Travel Bag, which also is in the B-roll there. Not the boxes, though, because I only just washed them. Get the I said that already. The dads can't stop talking about this. The teens secretly buy this, and women will love you for it. Now, these are our picks for Manscaped Surefire Win Stocking Stuffers. Number 1, the Manscaped 2-in-1 Shampoo and Conditioner just launched. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Number 2, the Manscaped Cologne Infused Body Wash. Number 3, Shears 2.0 Luxury 4-piece Nail Kit. That's dope. Number 4, Crop Mopped Ball Wipes for your stanky balls. And number 5, Manscaped Signature Cologne. That's dope. I didn't get those, goddammit. These formulations are all vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, and paraben-free, so you know their products are legit. Make sure you hurry to their site to ensure these wild gifts show up before the holiday season. And while you're at it, get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with code BAOS. We're bringing it back up here. And whether this is for your partner, your dad, your brother, your friend, get them something that they will actually use and it's almost sure to get a laugh. That is guaranteed. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with code BAOS. Be the ballsiest giver this year with Manscaped. That was a good ad read. Look at that.
Ballsiest gift giver.
Ballsiest. Shouts to Manscaped.
You should get Dan some
So Manscaped. Dan, everyone knows Dan. If anyone watches the YouTube, they'll know
like
Dan.
just like give it to people and they're just like, hey, got your fresh balls for Christmas.
And I feel like imagine that in front of his auntie. He'd be.
I was thinking in front of his auntie. It would just be so funny.
Poor bastard.
But it's like, hey, thanks guys. But it's really gonna make a good difference in your life. So.
Would you rather that, or would you rather clothes?
Probably Manscaped.
That's the answer. That's the answer.
Especially knowing that he could share that code with his friends.
The code
BAOS.
what? BAOS. And you get 20% off.
Yep,
free shipping worldwide.
BAOS. Beer and other shit.
Speaking of that, should we go into I had a little thing talking about the thoughts on kind of beer in 2021.
Yeah, go ahead and let me refresh my drink and you can start.
Oh, you're going to refresh that one? Can you grab are you going to split the other one with me still?
Yeah.
Do you want to just bring that back? The Bas-Canada one? So we're going to do, for people who, I guess it's only about Quebec, but basically the last definitely the last 2 years, maybe 3, I can't remember. But myself, Matt from Vox Hops, and Noah from Beerism, we all do this annual top 10 best breweries in Quebec. So we have, we're here on BOS, we do the video. Excuse me, Jesus. Maddie on Vox Hops does the audio, and Noah does the blog post. So we're going to be doing that soon. So I don't want to get too deep into it, but I just want to just touch on just a few quick thoughts. Just the beer world in 2021, how it all went. I feel like it's been pretty interesting. I feel like we might do a full podcast on this. I'm not going to go too deep, but just, it's now December 1st we're recording this. So, end of year, pretty much here. I feel like it's been a pretty good one overall. I don't know if any specific... I feel like smoothie sours are definitely maybe the style of the year, and I think I might have said that last year. Mostly in that they are more prolific than they ever were, which is kind of cool. I was hoping to see that. I feel like we've seen a bunch of new styles. We've seen cold IPAs come in, which I actually got one from Matron, which I'm excited to try. They have, what else was good? Hydra IPAs came out this year. I haven't had that yet. We haven't even talked about that yet, but I want to try and rustle some of those up. It's mostly a yeast-based IPA. So I want to talk about that at some point. What else was popping this year? A lot more crispy boys across the board. I think that was something we were all saying that we wanted to see more of coming into 2021. I feel like, West Coast IPAs kind of made a bit of a comeback. Breweries like Saint and Baron, we talk about them a bunch with their West Coast. They're just killer. They are doing a fantastic job bringing that back on a really high quality level. And I feel like I've seen it a fair amount, more than I normally would expect to see floating around, which is great. A lot of collaborations this year. A lot of great breweries doing some great collabs. Which I've appreciated. I know it's more of a marketing thing and stuff, but, it's been cool. It's been cool to see a lot more people working together. At least I've noticed it in the local, mostly between Quebec and Ontario. That's mostly what we cover here. We do touch on other stuff as well, but I feel like I'm seeing a lot of crossover, particularly for anniversary. The anniversary releases is almost something else we could say that has gone through the roof. It's been pretty bonkers as far as when people are doing their anniversary. The drops are pretty insane. Masorum had probably the biggest drop I've ever seen. If I'm not mistaken, if you maxed out your order, it was like $600, $700. So they did, and almost every one of those was a collab. So, I appreciated that, and a lot of other breweries have followed suit. Town recently dropped a bunch of collabs for theirs. Overhop did the same thing. Sankiem did the same thing. Third Moon did that as well. I just think it's cool. It's bold. People are taking risks. People are building that community in beer, which I really, really enjoy. And I like seeing more of it, and maybe the collabs aren't the most fierce beer in the world, but I like that, people are taking risks, trying different styles, different flavors, different profiles, and, just trying to expand their palates and such, and what collabs introduce, like kind of like the gateway stuff we're talking about with Goose Island, like collabs introduce drinkers to new markets, like if someone bought the Third Moon collabs and might not have known about some of the breweries on there, they would have learned. Thank you very much. So I think that is pretty cool. Did you have any thoughts then, babe, on craft beer in 2021? Like what you enjoyed or what you saw that was common or whatever?
I just thought there was still a lot of smoothie sours, which is fine.
I said that, gang. I'm glad you noticed it too.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that was a big one that was still rolling, which I guess was only this year? No, it was last year. It started last year,
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I feel like that was a big thing. Other than that, there wasn't some big random thing that came in.
I mentioned just like things like cold IPAs, and Hydra IPAs, which just came out like recently.
Okay, yeah.
But that's basically...
But it's not like the whole all the craze type thing. Like, where the smoothies were like...
Smoothies really changed.
People write think pieces about how annoyed they were about them and stuff like that. Like, unless you start having think pieces on you, then you're not the style of the year. Yeah. So,
I think end of last year, I was predicting smoothies to be the style of this year.
Well, there you go.
And my guess is, I feel like they are, for sure. I feel like when I talk to other people, they're not...
I would say so.
They're definitely not...
We'll see what Noah says. He'll be pissed.
No,
but he likes them.
I know what's cool about it. Chris would like it. Chris from Hops and Rose.
Yeah.
He's not fucking with that at all.
Uber traditional,
right?
Vibes.
Yawn. So, look, we're going to go... I feel like we'll do a podcast. Maybe you and I will do it, or... I want to do a chinwag version of the podcast. Like
you should do it with the boys.
No, and I'm trying to do that and do a nice little end of year wrap up. Maybe I'll say that to them and be like, look, whatever, we won't drink the same shit. Fucking we'll drink anything.
It's fine, but yeah,
I like having
maybe just pull a favorite brewery or something like that. Pull some favorite
something we're going to talk about. You know what? I'll talk to them about it.
That's a good one. I think that'd be great. That'd be super cute.
So that is super cool.
Cool, not cute.
Cool.
Cool AF.
Oh, how's this? Oh no, this is going to work. So what's going to happen? For the audio, I was just thinking about doing what we're about to do for the audio. I didn't consider this, but it's going to play it live out of the speakers. So basically, it's okay. It'll still work. Okay. So let's just turn this here. Is this still good? Yeah. So one thing that Tiff has wanted to do for a while, that YouTubers often do, is react to their old videos. So we were kind of waiting for a while. I mean, BAOS has been around for 6.5. It'll be 7 years in April since it started, and I would have been doing it for 11 years in January.
And by it you mean 365.
Exactly, I'm so sorry. Mm-hmm. The 365 with the selfies in January be 11 years, but BAOS exists.
Fun fact, Craig didn't want social media.
I didn't.
And then I had to convince him.
Yeah,
I still remember the walk home. Where I was like, listen, I remember.
In Montreal?
I don't know why.
Oh, yeah,
in Montreal.
In Montreal?
We were in Montreal, and we were walking to our apartment. I'm like, you really just we're gonna have to be on there, like... Just gonna make sense. We're getting serious, and it's gotta be serious. We gotta get Instagram. And you're like, fine.
Here we are. I kind of stopped. People might have noticed I haven't been posting as much. It just takes me like an hour and a half a day to do the triple
post. So many posts, guys. No, it's like freaking 3 posts, and then like it's.
I could do like one at a time and spread them out and just do them in order. I mean, that's another option as well. Yeah, maybe I might do that. That's not a bad idea because I can still do the exact same thing. I'll pre-apply them all at once.
It's like only the difference is going to be there's all going to be videos on the right hand corner or the left
middle.
hand or in the middle.
Yeah, but it'll be the middle when I'm doing it. So every third post it'll be the same.
Exactly.
So
maybe consider that.
I could do that. Because
then it keeps you consistent once a day, but it's not like this hectic.
The 3 is a whole thing. It's just such an ordeal, and it's fine, but it's just a whole fucking thing. Mm-hmm. I do enjoy it, but I just don't always have time for it.
Yeah.
Days are busy and stuff, and it's whatever. So, what were we just saying about that for? Oh, okay, yeah. So we've been wanting to do this for a while, and we want to do it on YouTube because this is definitely a visual focus thing, and because this is a podcast, we have an external mic here, but the audio is going to play out of the computer anyway. So we're going to just do a quick review of 4, not the whole videos because I don't know, I don't want to do the whole thing.
No.
I got our first video podcast we ever did.
Nice.
Our first video of a series called Versus we used to have, which we'll explain.
Sweet.
Our first beer mail and our first vlog.
Ooh, can we add in
Now?
BAOS 17?
Right now?
Yeah.
You want to do that for this one instead of the first one? Because I guess the first video isn't as intriguing.
Yeah, I think BAOS 17 was the really funny
Alright,
one.
I just have to actually go log into YouTube and download the video whilst we're
Oh, I
recording.
thought you were using the browsers.
In order for it to work, you got to actually download the thing. I can do that. And so you want the Lost Craft one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing I do have to be careful. Back in the day, we have to be careful of the language. Back in the day, BOS was not.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really listen and we say it. So there's a word in there that people didn't really like that we said it. That's from my country, and people got mad at me in the beginning about it, and that's okay.
Hey, look at Mel subscribing. What's
Where?
up, Mel?
To what?
Mel Pacifico subscribing at the bottom. It says recent subscribers to see.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But that's not even a page.
Oh, wait. Oh, so she probably found you then subscribed, but she actually
Went to
doesn't
the
need to
wrong
be
one.
subscriber. Yeah.
Oh, how am I going to find it? What did you
Oh,
say?
so
it was
we used
called?
to
Lost
say,
Craft, that's
yeah,
what
we used to
ago.
say, Craig and Scott used to say very naughty words.
Yeah, but we didn't take it serious. It was called beer and other shit. Like people
And
have to
also just
understand
like
that,
you're
right?
in a world, it's a different in Australia. Like anyone who's traveled will understand.
If you've been to
And I think a lot of people who just were untraveled didn't really know the deal. And because if you go to the UK too, you wouldn't be too, it wouldn't be too wild for you either. So
No.
I think that was the kind of issue. But they used to say the C word.
But we say it in my music, we say it when we talk, and it was just authentic to us. So the problem was that eventually, whatever, people heard it, got mad at us for it. We got kind of or it wasn't even just before.
No, you
this
were
was
not.
pre-canceled.
People got mad on Twitter. Like a few select beer writers got mad on Twitter, and then they moved on and they apologized, and we squashed beefs instead. So
Yeah, and then they realized like
yeah, they realized. You know what? Honestly, it's so interesting because we've been talking about Lost Craft, and like this was like everyone when we were talking about Lost Craft and saying how amazing they were and how great Shahan the owner was. Everyone's like, they don't care. They're just a marketing company. It's like, look at Shahan now.
Yeah, he's opened
He just
a brewery
opened
and
exactly. He's the first. Lost Craft is the first
by
BIPOC
POC.
owned by POC owned.
When you say BIPOC.
Yeah, BIPOC by POC.
I don't know. Someone tell us.
Owned brewery or craft? Sorry, owned beer bar or craft? Must be.
I think
Must be beer bar.
But then, do you know what though? Because there's other ones like Beer Lab in London is, and also remember our fucking
is it in
Bandit.
Toronto though? Because that's what I was wondering.
in
Because
Toronto.
Bandit was owned
Bandit
was
Shazad,
partially
but
owned.
now he
yeah.
left. So because he
But
left,
let me
there's
look
none.
at this blog TO article.
I
It
saw it.
said- Yeah.
I just don't know how accurate it is. If they're discounting, we're going to start with the Lost Craft one anyway. So we're just going to basically laugh at the old videos. So for the audio, we're going to describe it, what we're watching. And I just picked like some, we'll just do a few minutes of each. We're not
But go
going to do
check
the
us
whole
out
thing.
on BA on YouTube. Like head over to YouTube if you like.
Yeah, it's pretty entertaining, these ones. I mean, we always talk about how bad they were because we didn't know what we were doing. So the precursor to this is we have a friend, his name is Nasca Domini, and he's a photographer from Montreal. And we were at he had like a big art show in Toronto in like 2016. And he was the one who put us in touch with his friend who was running the Lord William Hotel in Montreal, and they had an event with BAOS. He's like, yo, I can get you into this event or whatever. I was like, yo, a beer event? Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, it's so nice.
So
to
he
see
put us in
Shahan
touch.
with the, aw,
Right,
Jared's
all of
so
that.
beautiful.
And we were talking to Nasca at his event, and he was like, you guys need to film your podcast. So we were like, okay. And we literally filmed it that day.
We listened immediately.
Or the next day.
Yeah, we listened immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it say?
This
Are you
is
trying to
another
find
piece.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why we didn't know what we were doing. We had a camera, Canon T6i with a 50mm lens and no tripod. So you already know where this is going. So I'm going to swap out this video. So that was that one, but I'm going to actually switch this one out. Whoops. Oh, it started playing, eh? This is called Shout Out. There it is.
Yeah, and if we want to go short, we could do the first one and also just do the second one. We'll just run it short. Like we can do the episode 15, run it short.
Well, I've already switched it.
Oh,
Do you want
okay.
to keep
So
going?
yeah.
We've already I don't want to
Yeah.
keep going because it's already 44 minutes. We want to try and do
Oh, we're
super
44
long.
minutes in.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
that's
guys.
why.
Okay, so we've been talking for a
So
while.
I'm going to play it. I'm just going to hope if it does say the bad word, please, like, I don't know when it says it. This was from like 2016. So I don't know. That's the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we say it in like the other content.
Cool.
But
I think we're only just going to show a part of the intro just to show actually what it looks like. and then we'll talk about
Yeah. So right now,
Episode 17, the podcast, bitches.
so basically,
What's good?
we're in the back of a car, and Tiffany's in the front seat. This was actually the end of the event because we used to film a separate
intro.
and I'm actually holding the microphone too. So we've got the separate microphone and camera. We're doing it all differently, and we are recording it after we left. Handheld 50mm lens. There's basically
silly.
just our faces on the screen because Tiff couldn't get back any further, and she's being bumped by the natural.
And I'm using a lens specifically catered towards getting like close-up shots. It's beautiful for portrait photography.
Yeah.
And it's not image stabilizing.
Not in any shape. So that's just setting the scene. And then you can hear we're probably like a bit lit because we were drinking a bunch. So I'm pretty sure that would, that maybe, I don't know if we're slurring or whatever, but I guess we'll find out.
Coming at you live from
My glasses are much
Chelsea's
better now.
live and direct from
Chelsea's Scott's wife.
Ontario.
Oh, actually, there's a landmark right there.
Look at that. Get that
I would
shit.
never film
yo,
something like this.
Yeah.
Episode
ever.
17. We are just coming off a dope interview with Sheehan, aka Shahan from Lost
Sheehan,
Craft Beer.
aka
Everyone calls him
Shahan.
Shahan, I
Brewery.
guess.
Had a nice little interview.
Hey, Bash was cool. Are they still
So,
around?
Food, some good
No,
beer.
long
It
gone.
was fantastic.
Good times had by all.
Damn right it was. So yo, we're about to get into that, but really quick. Sponsors. Scotty, sponsor number one.
Okay, we'll skip. I didn't know.
Let
We
me
just,
start with,
Oh, guys, and this is when we had
Studios.
fake sponsors. So that's actually
no
fun.
one was paying.
No one
but
was
we
paying.
just
So this
had-
is back when we had fake sponsors, and they're really just our friends, basically, who hooked up discount codes for people.
So we had real discount codes. We just weren't
Yeah,
getting
sorry,
paid.
but we weren't getting paid.
Yeah,
so
no,
anyway,
no.
so that's cute. So we can skip past that and just get into the
Yo,
episode.
I don't know how far. There's
Oh,
the.
can I see the intro?
Can you see the old intro? Oh, hang on. Is that
cute.
playing BrewHeads?
Yeah, I was literally playing with the music
If you go
video.
to TorontoUrbanAdventures.com and use the code BrewHead, you're going to
shouts
get
to Jason.
Hey, Jason was the
forgot we
person
had
that
this.
spoke.
20% off your beer tours, and there's a couple of different beer tours.
Okay, that's
sign
pretty
up
real.
there.
Yeah.
Tell them that we sent you. It's finna be lit. They'll take you around all the bar spots in Toronto. And I think we need a theme song.
Oh,
Let's do a theme song.
okay.
Are you a brewhead?
Oh my gosh, I was so
Is this a
lazy.
music
I was
video?
just using the music video. Oh my gosh.
Wow. I haven't seen it for ages.
I haven't
That's
seen
so
it
lazy.
so long.
Makes sense. Oh, wow. We did a double?
Oh, we didn't have any video footage. Of course I had
Yeah.
to use the...
Oh, yeah. Why would you be
We
able
wouldn't
to?
have had any video footage. This wouldn't
That's like
be...
a creative way around it. Man.
Hey, yeah.
Are you a brewhead?
Okay, now let's just skip through the
You
thing.
can't say brewheads.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
some-
So anyway, that's the intro. We're describing really what happened,
I'm
which
gonna
is
have my
kind of
visa.
funny.
Shout out to Canada.
Like
Shout out my
it's
visa.
interesting. It's like we are trying to just have fun with it. We're keeping it casual. You can tell that we're not experts by any means, or anybody is trying
Yeah.
to be anything they're not. We're just a couple of dudes talking about beer, very curious and asking questions, but we didn't know shit. We never purported to know shit, which I think is pretty funny. And you can tell that from you watch this, and like I can see why if like serious beer, people would probably not enjoy what we did, and we weren't making it for them. We were making it for people like
Exactly.
us, because there was too much stuff, or the only stuff out there was for serious beer people, but there wasn't anything for the casual.
Our goal, which I think is in
Consumer.
which we succeeded, was getting people who were not interested in craft beer or intimidated by craft beer to drink it by making everything feel so much more... It's not even about being in layman's terms. It's just being like relatable.
Accessible?
Yeah,
Relatable,
accessible and relatable. Talking to the guy who owns a brewery, and you're like guy or gal who owns a brewery, and just being like, "Cool, we're having a conversation."
The first
You're
one
like,
ever was
you're
a
like, "This
thing,
person's
was a woman.
cool." There you go. Yeah, Sweetgrass, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, just before we even get into the next, should we just pour the beer then?
Please.
This next one, this is the last can of it. We didn't end up doing the pod with them. I kept them, but Bar-Canada's
Oh, I
link
want the
up.
glass.
Oh, it's on the. I washed one for you.
Thank you.
May I, you know what? I'm gonna use this one here. I just spilled it all over my hand. You know the vibes, guys. So yes, Link Up, we talked about that many times before, is our non-profit. We're about to go into a season 2, or series 2, I'm sorry, in starting January. Man, that's coming up soon. Shit. We've placed 5 people now. We're giving out 5 scholarships, and this was a beer.
How cool.
Thank you, baby. And this was a from the first season of Collabs. So as soon as Tiff is back, we'll do the photo of that, and we'll play this episode while we're doing the photo, so we're not like making people watch us do that.
Perfect.
Ready?
Shit.
And who do you represent?
Lost Craft.
Damn right, bitches.
Represent.
So yeah, man, we've mentioned you a few times on the last couple of podcasts, and so she runs a brewery called Lost Craft, and it's a fantastic new brewery. We're gonna talk about that shit today.
I don't know how much.
The beer, which we've been sitting in front of us for like 15 minutes, so we're like, fuck, we're gonna pour this like that thing.
First things first, let's pour our beers. Yeah.
So welcome to
So much swearing.
episode 17 Beer and Alcohol.
That's what? Very.
So much swearing.
Alright, so what's this beer? Tell us about it.
Lots of swears.
So
That's gonna be my
this is
first
the best
reaction.
lager
Right, so a little bit.
My main issue with this from the jump, outside of the horribly shaky camera.
That's actually not so bad
Sorry.
considering.
So my main issue with it, outside of that, is just the length.
Oh, because
So-
we put the whole episode.
So
in.
back then, we were putting the whole entire episode, which is also interesting that this entire episode was only 50 minutes, because now you talk
all
for
of
17 hours.
Yeah, so we used to be trying
So-
to be 45
yeah.
minutes tops.
So now the podcast is so long, or longer, it depends how you feel and how long you like to watch stuff, but it's a more long form, where back then, it was like under an hour, but I was still uploading the full hour, which is just silly back then.
Because we thought
Now,
people wanted to watch
someone
it.
will watch a podcast
Oh, that's true. That was 6 years
for a long
ago.
time.
It
But
was
this
a
was 6
different
years ago. People did not want this content. Now short form content is actually killing it on YouTube. Like I just finished watching a 4-hour podcast. Like I'll just play it over a few days in the background.
time. Well, you're doing other things, right?
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Oh,
So this is
SETI.
Bar-Canada link up. Yeah, you got, look, I got none of it. You got all of it.
Wow.
Is it like you got all the flavor, I got none. Holds up well still.
Yeah, it
Nelson,
still tastes
Mosaic, Simcoe, and Amarillo. Really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Held up well. They did. I knew they'd kill it. It's Bar-Canada. Fuck.
So yes, my main critique is the length.
The length is pretty crazy. The casualness, which I think we're really trying to like to be super casual. Like we're really trying to do that. Sometimes to the point of like overdoing it, maybe.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's sort of a lot more
Too
authentic.
over casual. Like you're just like,
Yeah, like-
hey guys, this is chill AF. Like don't
Yeah,
worry.
we're trying to. I think we started. You have to understand how we started it. Like we started it to be super chill and be the complete antithesis to what exists now. We never thought it would turn into this. That's the thing. That's why
No.
we were behaving like that, and it wasn't like wild or anything, but it
No.
was more like talking to the average consumer. And I see other podcasts, maybe the newer, scrappier kind of dudes, just like starting up, and I can sort of see a little bit of that in some of what people are doing. Like we just kept talking to smarter and smarter people all the
Yeah.
time and better, more and more breweries, and felt that we had a responsibility because we grew a viewership and a
Start working with
listenership.
tourism
and,
boards. So we start working with business and brands too.
I don't know.
Makes you level up.
We're
and think about
entrepreneurs. We
stuff
couldn't help
more.
ourselves. And
Yeah.
we had to do it. So anyway, like this was Tiff just figuring it out. She had to hold a camera for 45 minutes.
And you were yelling for the 3 minutes over there, and
Yeah,
had
but
to
you
hold
could sit here
something.
like this and go like this on
I
the
was like
table.
this.
I was just like, because my arms were numb. I was taking pictures of Tiff before anyway. She's giving me shit. Let's just keep watching for a sec and
Cold style ale. Brought the
see even like the
design,
Yeah.
shadows and stuff.
no image stabilization, completely dark. I thought I was making magic when I was doing
We did
this.
the final
People
See,
would
but
give
those are cool.
The bouquet's great.
Reddit was not having it, guys.
Oh, you should put things on Reddit. Don't do that. Reddit's chill now, though.
Depends where you are.
Very simple, but
Someone likened this to the Blair Witch Project
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
on Reddit, and that was
came from
lol.
Should I like skip forward or something?
And then I learned,
because
yeah,
it's
you
a
can skip
podcast. There's
forward.
not much you can really.
And then
like,
that's when I learned after what image stabilization and tripods were.
Right.
See, but this is a beautiful shot.
It's like if
Like,
you
I
had a
actually would
gimbal or
love
you
to
had
do
a
this
tripod
now.
and just moved it around.
Yeah, but I would use a lens that's a stabilized lens. I would never use something like this now.
No, but we wouldn't do handheld.
We
We'd
do with the
tripod.
Fuji. You do with this because this has
But the Canon had. We do the Fuji was A cam and the B cam would be the Canon.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I would never do anything movement wise without an image stabilizing. Without
Oh,
an
of course. No. Even the Fuji's not that great. Like I don't know how this is
Nah, as a vlog camera, it's good. I'm happy with it as a vlog
on
camera.
the Joby.
This should
Yeah.
never have been a vlog camera. This is basically me using it as a vlog.
There's a lot of people repping in certain parts of the city. Like, you know which ones they are all around.
And this was a controversial
So the
podcast as
foreground
well.
bouquet is lovely.
The foreground bouquet is fire. Actually, I didn't realize it was this good.
Yeah.
And then the background as
There you
well.
go,
Like, it's
Tiff.
actually
Check it
really
out.
nice.
Check it out.
For such a average entry level camera as well, and the lens was like $170. So like it's
Which one was this? Was this
the
the
50 nifty 50.
No, not the
T6i.
lens. T6i.
Yeah.
That's the body. Yeah.
So this one was interesting because people used to be mad at Shahan back in the day because he was doing beer for people of color, and including other people. Like, he doesn't get enough props. Like, still, we're gonna have it. I talked to him the other day. We're gonna get him back on because now he's got the brewery. We'll go check it out at Christmas or whatever. Over in
But he
town.
was. That's the difference. Yeah.
He'd been doing this from time.
But you
like,
know what? People didn't care about beer and people of color back then. They only cared after George Floyd died.
Yeah.
So if he had opened and been going with this mission post 2020 of June 2020,
Yeah.
everyone would have been riding for him.
Heavily.
It was because nobody gave a fuck about black people
Well, he's
or
not-
people of
he's-
color.
yeah, people of color,
Generally
yeah.
speaking, in beer, nobody was marketing, thinking of them. It was like literally crowds and hops shouting at people, like, and then shouting not in a negative way, but I mean,
No.
like, being like, "Hey guys," and then like beer diversity, and then all of a sudden they get booked and busy post George Floyd.
Yes.
If Shahan had started in 2020, people would have not treated him the same way that they did now. Because that's the great thing that he was doing. And they were just like, you're a marketer. And it's like, yeah, he is great at marketing. He's actually a finance guy, but he's great at marketing. And he was great at bringing like my friends into craft beer who were not interested at all.
No.
But they were like, oh, this is cool. Like, this is a cool brand. It's slick. And sometimes that works for people, you know?
And the
we
beer
were
world
mad at him.
just weren't
But
ready
he
for
would
it.
have never had those
unfortunately.
issues in the same way because now everyone's more like careful and interested in diversity and stuff now.
Yeah, it's a totally different world. I'll skip forward. There's not really much else to really show. This is kind of the same thing for 45 minutes.
It's basically shaking
Yeah.
for
And I think
you can use their hoses and their fucking kettles and stuff.
I think we did we sync the audio with the camera back then? I think we must have, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
So it was like one.
Oh, but it would have been horrible. We weren't clapping back then.
so you
Stefan
had
taught
to-
us about how to clap in.
Really?
But we were never clapping in, so it's just like
He
trying to
taught us
measure
that?
up. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, shouts to the fun. Man.
Stefan was like, 3 claps. And I was like, what? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, life changing.
What a G.
Yeah. Again, we just started because someone who we respected told us to start a video, and we're like, damn it, we should. You're right. We trust you, and we started.
Yeah.
And that changed everything.
Here we are, all
Yeah.
these years later. So I don't know how much more we want to watch of this because it's basically
Well, that's
the same
cool. We
thing.
reacted.
We got the point, right? We're reacting because we've got other ones as well, but like it's just basically the same thing. But this was interesting. I feel like you should probably just listen to the audio if you want to go back.
The
People tend
conversation's
to go
great.
back because the conversations were never shit. I'd almost like to like review. A lot of people go back to the first episode. Like we actually lost 2.5 years of, or never even got it. The first 2.5 years, we don't have any data whatsoever, any stats
Yeah.
at all. So we see our stats now, and I feel okay about it. But I know we're missing 2.5 years of stuff because we did it a different way. Because we didn't take it serious, and we didn't. We figured a way around having to pay for a host. We didn't want to invest in it really, even though we bought. Well, we had the camera anyway, I guess.
Now look how quickly we'll invest in something.
No, we didn't. Even
I'm like,
think
oh,
about
what? It makes life
I
easier,
regret
or
that a
it's
lot.
better, or it does
Yeah.
this. Boom.
Dumb.
We're done. Not even a question. Like,
we
give me
don't- now
one
we have
reason and
two-
we'll invest in it. But
Yeah.
back then, well, of course, too. Also, it
We
was
didn't
a
have as
different
much
situation.
money.
Yeah, it was a different situation, and we were just like, oh my goodness, how much it lives in? $50?
About that.
Yeah, we're like $50 a month or
month.
anything. Like we just it
add that up,
doesn't matter
that's,
what
you know.
it was. We just were not interested.
We weren't
It
doing
could
that.
be $10 a month, and we were not having it.
No.
So, yeah.
And I don't know if anything was that much. So it's, it was something that I regret for sure because we don't have that sort of data. But even if I look at what we have, the amount of people who continue to go back and listen to the first episode is like a lot of people do that, right? You go discover a new podcast and you go back to listen to the early episodes. So a lot of people,
Yeah.
I've had people tell me they just started from the beginning. And there's like a lot of there's like 300 episodes or something. So
Yeah.
it's a lot for people to check, but these early videos, I don't know when they started to get good. I think we got a tripod around episode
I remembered. Oh no, you know what? We got it immediately, like by episode 19 when you and Scott were at his house. I
I
swear
remember
I
that.
got
That's
tripped
what the
up by that.
Bourbon County episode
Because
we're talking about.
I remember that after the Blair Witch comments from Reddit,
Oh, we
I
bought
was
one
like,
straight away.
let's get a tripod.
Like we didn't know, man. We're just trying our best.
It helped though, right?
know,
Like in
there
the
you
end,
go.
it helped.
Reddit's nicer in other areas now, I think. Maybe because it's got more mainstream. Back then, Reddit was still
Yeah,
a
because
little
like
more,
4chan is probably where they're mean now.
Yeah, right. Are we done with this?
Yeah.
Okay, we're done with that one. So we have another one. So this is the first.
What's good, y'all? This is
Let's go back.
Wow, you
Let's
look
start
like a
that again.
baby.
I look like 12. So this is a series. I'm trying to like grab the. I can't grab it. This is a series we have called Versus that we used to do back in the day because we wanted to start a YouTube thing and we were like, well, what could we do? So we thought, let's compare one beer with another similar beer and see what I like more. So this was the very, very first one with beers that were the first beer mails we ever got sent properly from Muskoka. So I said that to them on the pod. Like I always never forget them for that. We've worked with Muskoka a lot.
Love Muskoka. We just did a huge campaign with them.
Yeah, actually not all. And the other one is from Sweetgrass, who was the first brewery we ever had on. Actually, not the
No,
first
she's not
brewery.
the first brewery. She's the first female brewery.
Female brewery.
Female-led brewery.
And the first actual
Or
brewery.
women-led brewery, actually.
Woman-led brewery, there you go. Was the first real brewery was probably Lost Craft.
First real brewery.
I think up until Lost Craft, because we had Jason from Toronto Urban Adventures, who was a beer tour guide.
And Bowles is 18, right?
Yeah, and this was 17.
So yeah.
So maybe Lost Craft was the
would have
first
been the
ever.
first
Shouts
on
to Shahan.
video.
On video. But the first period, even on the audio. 17 is before 18.
Yes.
I can't think of another one. I have to
You're
look
right.
at the whole thing.
Yeah.
Either way, let's just play this one and see. Already, I'm seeing yellow tungsten lights. We're sitting with no...
The damn tungsten.
Right, it's terrible. We had our... we had no
Do
curtains.
we even have lights?
No.
Oh,
Look,
this is
that's
just
why it's yellow.
literally
We had no curtains. I used our
I was thinking
outdoor
that
table.
curtainless place is awful.
It's pretty bad. We had our outdoor table, and you can't see any other decor. So let's see what's going on here.
What's good, y'all? This is Cee, certified brewhead, and welcome to a brand new segment here on BAOS called Versus.
I feel like
This when you were
we'll be
vegan?
pitting two similar beers against
Don't
each
know.
other.
Looking mighty
in a
slim.
fight to
I think
the
it's,
death.
yeah, I feel like my head is small.
Friendly competition here. So
I got the opposite problem now. I'm fat as fuck.
we're going to do two
Sorry, I'm
snaps
just hanging
from
on in the
Ontario.
background,
Even though
nice.
coming here, coming at you live.
You're hanging in the
from
background?
Montreal.
Oh, you can see you.
We're going to be having a look at two different Ontario stouts that have both come out really recently.
Okay.
The first
This is cute.
Sweetgrass's Shagbuck Stout.
Oh,
So I
coming
think
through
we
with the
got
people,
that.
you know the vibe.
So this must have been after that podcast.
And
Okay.
of course, side note, right now.
How else would I get the one with that
when
Makes
we
label?
see
sense.
this, America will have a new president. My prediction, Hillary, of course. You know.
You were fucking wrong.
Fun fact. We were just talking about Stefan from we were with him that night. This is really funny. We're talking
My
about him.
thoughts, Hillary. It's like, damn. Bro,
So I think we might have done this episode and then gone to his crib down the hall.
which is so
And
cool.
then
yeah.
watched the election, and he was the one who called that Trump could actually
He was like,
win.
Trump's
We
gonna
were
win. We're like, are you out of
"Whatever,
your
bro."
mind, bro?
I thought he
Come
was
on.
crazy.
Yeah.
And finally, he hit me up today to ask me how to get music on Spotify. I hadn't spoken to him for a
Which
few
is I need
weeks.
to
So
learn more about.
yeah, he said he just made a beat, and
Okay.
people like it.
So
He wants to
funny.
know how to do it. And I was like, all right,
Okay.
go to TuneCore District. Anyway, very funny. I just feel like it's all tying back in because I hear from him. We're talking about him here. Now we're doing that. We're
Yeah.
mentioning it. This is all universe, right?
together.
It's all meant to be. So far, I feel like I look kind of like the hat is too big for me.
Sorry.
My head is really small. So we might have been coming off our vegan phase, which when we were just mad skinny, which we probably should go back on then. Thinking about
probably.
that. All this beer, man. And I don't know how, I guess we'll maybe fast forward it to getting some tasting notes and stuff. I feel like I'm not super comfortable in front of the camera solo, even though I was always okay. I felt like even just hearing me on the podcast, I was more comfortable, but here by myself.
Yeah, with Scooter, you're probably like feel more
Yeah,
confident. Yeah.
and I couldn't always do them with Scott because we lived in different cities and stuff. So,
No, remember back then we just wouldn't do a podcast if we weren't with Scott.
yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
But then these videos were YouTube, and it was more like we needed to get the content
Yeah.
up. I think
Yeah.
we wanted to switch it up beside the podcast because it took me a bit to find the first
a good idea
non-podcast
to do.
video
Okay,
from the thing.
Start with the Shagbuck Stout. So, as you can tell, this is a pretty
Final
good
cut
looking
graphic.
They've just put a sticker
Lucky
on it
Wibble.
for now. It's
The ink
pre on
one?
CDO. I think they're looking at this for next year. I actually got this directly.
I would
from
never
the
let
Brewers from
hang
Colin
out there
a couple
either
weeks
anymore.
ago when I was in Toronto.
The what?
So they did
I would
like
never
a-
let
a
extended
launch party
ums
recently.
Be like that. No, we chop
And
the
this is their
arms.
sort of like their cool hipster looking can. The
Should I
silver
skip?
sticker. I really
Like I get the
can.
point.
Hey, Notion Beats in the background.
Hey.
Oh my
How
gosh,
long-
and I would never let you talk about a
the
freaking can
Muskoka.
for like 7
This is
minutes.
their-
Sorry.
Oh my gosh, I did. I skipped it way forward.
Yeah.
All right, Muskoka.
You haven't even drank the beer yet. Like, look at how long we are in. Finally.
Oh, I poured. Okay.
Beautiful. Very subtle, a little musty, velvety smooth.
That's a Montreality chain, maybe, or something.
dark.
Or what's this big chain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roasted malts, very strong in there.
I don't see the
Bitterness
thing.
quite
Oh,
there,
I think it's
actually. Maybe
it's
some
Vitali,
flavors
but the
for
plain
days.
one, the plain
Maybe it's hitting
Vitali.
me a little harder than perhaps it would. Really well carbonated.
Oh, you don't wear that anymore? Maybe I'll take it.
You want it?
When
That's
I'm in
why
my
I get a little
hood
bits of vanilla,
outfits, in my
tiny little bit of chocolate in there.
farewell.
Hey, you probably look nice with the turtleneck.
I was thinking because like it could probably with the turtleneck or just like a long.
We can share it. You can't
like
have it.
this.
We'll share it.
All right, so let's see
I'll
what this
take
is stoking.
You're not gonna take it. You keep yanking my stuff.
A little bit of explosion there.
Love Muskoka forever.
Shouts to
See
Muskoka.
what's popping here. Looking very similar. Looking slightly lighter on the pour there.
I feel like I'm not that bad. Like in my
No, I
head,
feel like
I'm
you
terrible.
don't sound so different from how you sound right now. In that what you're saying right now.
No, the actual tasting
Yeah,
notes,
very
because
similar.
by then, what is
Little
this,
light
2016,
color,
2017,
bit
I would have, this is probably 2017. I
Roasty,
have,
roasty note.
or end of 2016. I had, I've been doing it for like 6 years.
There you go.
Interesting. I feel like this is more subtle. This definitely doesn't have the
Oh,
mustard.
you sound the same.
Definitely a little bit sweeter. I definitely feel there's more vanilla and chocolate in there now in comparison to like going side by side. It's almost more like a porter in the sense.
And sorry, were these
of
the exact same style?
approachability of it.
Yeah, both were stouts.
Okay.
Light, like 5-6%
Okay.
stouts.
Quite similar. This is a little bit like I can kind of like it's slightly.
Did people yell at us when we
Vanilla
weren't
stouts.
comparing and
Yeah.
versus like the exact same thing?
But they weren't pricks as opposed to like this was my Blue Witch project. They were like, hey, you probably could have done this and this. Like I feel like people sometimes they were a little bit
Some people are productive, but
snarky.
some people are yelly.
Yeah, but like I don't know why.
I'm
Maybe
actually
because
going
they're
on
drunk
the
watching
internet to
this.
yell to people or something.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. But
Like,
anyways,
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm just a dude trying to do stuff, man. I don't know.
It's
Like,
just so funny. But it's YouTube comments. No one takes them seriously. Like our friends share us their YouTube comments too, and they're just lols. Like someone messaged Bass them yesterday. They're like, "Are you chewing gum?"
what's-
On his YouTube thing, and he was like, "No, he even wasn't." That's what was even
Right.
funnier. But I just mean like, why would you type that?
The
on a
YouTube are very
comment?
aggressive.
Just walk.
Do you know what's funny?
It's just like why?
Even you mentioning that, I had a stat. You know, in your Facebook memories, I had
Yeah.
that come up today, and it was me saying, like, "What is everyone?" Oh, I should have read this out to you.
Yeah.
I was like, "What is everyone's problem with like being like trolls and being like pricks on the YouTube comments?" So Google Plus is about to be a really big network. Because it's
Well, you
connected
had
to
two
YouTube.
Terrible takes. Wait, you just had a terrible take. Was the Hillary Clinton take?
Yeah.
And I had the you ain't a visionary, baby.
But this was a
I'm
while ago.
joking.
No. Not
But
far from
Google Plus is
I was like,
about
you know what? And in order to have a Google Plus, if you have a YouTube account, you have a Google Plus because it forces you. Now, right now, it's not popping, but eventually, your mom, your grandma, and your employer are going to see all of those things you're saying.
Google Plus. Wow,
pretty
you
wrong.
were wrong.
Fucking
Damn,
wrong.
sir, that's so funny. I don't think I ever thought Google Plus was ever going to be anything.
It was only like because I don't know why. Maybe we got a few haters on TMF back in the day. Our music.
I wish you
YouTube
could have
channel.
screenshotted that and put it on high season. You should try to find it after. 'cause
I
it would
swore
just be
too much,
lols.
probably.
Oh, you swore too much. Okay.
I'll look
Because
for it.
that
You
would
can
have
bleep
been.
it out.
It's just funny
Bleep
to
it
think
out.
about. Like,
Yeah, and
being
like,
like
how wrong
Google
were
Plus
we?
is going to be massive. Okay, guys.
We could do that with.
and now it's a
like nice
graveyard.
little-
Yeah.
I could
Okay.
probably pull it back up. There's
And
no
the Hillary
way to do
Clinton
it.
one we'll have to take for another
No,
one.
no, let's not do that.
Obviously.
Okay. That's enough.
Shagbox, sorry.
Let's see which one I like the best.
Those are pretty similar.
Is that 4 minutes
Since
to
you
go?
talked for a while, it seems like it's probably going to be around 6 minutes or
Relatively
something.
new to craft beer and you haven't really got into stouts, or maybe you're not.
I'm going back again. I got to make a decision now.
Yeah. Okay. So they're both really smooth. Like they're definitely different, but not worlds apart. Definitely not worlds apart. And I'm
Okay.
not surprised at that being 5.7, 5.2. Super approachable stouts. I was saying to Tiff earlier, our producer, I wasn't sure whether
Yeah, you know the vibes.
I would
How much less
pick
grey
a
hair
winner
I
or
have?
not, because like I really like both companies.
They're pretty great.
You know, in all fairness.
Yeah?
Oh, but less, I guess,
That
but you're
name
still
that was
Lagerbiers.
passed to us from the guys at Sweetgrass, who
Stressed.
I'm big fans of. So I didn't really want to pick a winner, but I don't think I can. I was like, you know what?
Wow.
Cop out. You
Softy.
copped out.
Soft.
Wow. I don't think I can.
What a shill.
Do you remember what you think you liked better, though?
No idea. I don't remember. Neither of them make
I think
either
it's
beer
export
anymore.
stout. I'm not going to lie, I don't really know what difference that is compared to a different type of stout. So if anyone wants to let us know, hit us in the comments.
I hope the audio y'all can hear this.
The export stout might be the difference between the export is why it was drier, and then this
an
bad boy
export
is
stout I'm
a
talking
bit
about.
sweeter as well. As far as the
Anyways,
coffee,
we can move into
Anyway,
the thing. Yeah.
all right. So that wasn't so
that
bad.
was interesting. No,
I'm not
I
like-
know it's not terrible. The 50 was still doing well. It probably was in the kitchen basically in order to get this full frame of view.
Or like in the hallway. Look
Yeah.
at where it is. Like now.
It's probably in the hallway. Yeah. Which is just such a joke.
So that was an interesting series. I'm not like in love with it. I get the point of it. It was like it kept things going in the meantime. And look, we also have this fucking trusty Zoom H4n.
All the way through. Carried us all the way
I
through.
think we bought it at the end of 2015.
Isn't that incredible? What a beautiful
So that's
product.
like-
Guys, anyone podding out there or doing anything. See, Basman just got a Yeti mic. I was like, bro,
Yeah, we should
get
put
the Zoom.
the link in the description. We have
should.
a
Yeah, let's do it.
Amazon affiliate link for
We
this
should,
thing
yeah.
from High Season, and y'all should get that. Anyway, next up, so there's another thing called Beer Mail that we used to do. So
Oh, you guys are matching.
oh, cute, because we got the
Just
merch.
matching hats,
Shield. So basically, we connected with this company back in way back in the day, called Brewster Club, and the idea they were a monthly. They ship out beer monthly. They were opening a craft beer store in like Plattsburgh, New York. I don't know if you remember.
I do.
And we did an interview with them at Glutenberg to talk about what they were doing. And this was the first time. I think this was actually. Was it before the fucking Muskoka stuff? I don't know, because I definitely got that Muskoka Shinnick Stout in a beer mail thing. So I can't remember the order, but I have a feeling this is our first beer mail video that we released. Anyway, I don't know what the order was. So this was our first time. We didn't know what to do. We thought, okay, let's do a beer mail. This is 24 fucking minutes breaking open a pack. I think because we opened every beer and me and Scott talked about it. We just didn't care.
Time. Yeah.
Scott made this like fun little set at his crib and in Toronto
It was
every
so
time.
cute. I loved it. With
We
the
used to
Bellways
save-
posters.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, the Bose
posters. Sorry.
And the little
Because we had the Bose wood.
teefed
Yeah.
steam whistle, what do you call it? Growler with the
wheat in it. It was so cute. I loved this set.
This was a lot of fun doing these videos. Actually
Yeah, it
having
was
full
so
flashbacks
cute.
looking at this.
You have to see it. There was so
Yeah.
much content created.
We did a lot there. And we had no lights, no nothing. And it was just like a
Just
way to
do
do
it
the
in
video.
Scooter's kitchen, where I was like,
It's just next to his kitchen on an area that he didn't really use
Yeah.
of his house, so we were able to shoot
Oh,
there,
so
and
cute.
it was fun. So I'd always save the beer mails, bring them to Toronto. Sometimes I got stuff sent to him. When back then breweries wouldn't always send to us in Montreal, which was funny.
I remember that.
And
Times
people
change.
used to doubt that, like, if it was in a beer mail video, someone sent it to us because it's called beer mail. People dead ass said to me, we had a beer mail episode with Left Field back in the day when they first started shipping.
Yeah.
They sent a big box out to a bunch of other beer media people. And they sent us a big box and we posted it and people were like, you didn't get that, you bought that. I'm like, dude, the fucking
But yeah,
it's
you
called
would just
beer
put it in
mail.
a different segment.
I will
if
say,
you
like,
bought it,
we
yeah.
have never lied. Like, I
Well, I
if
just mean we would put it in a normal video. Like, we just wouldn't have made it a beer.
Oh,
Wouldn't
beer
be
mail.
a beer. Otherwise, it's
if
not
it was
mail.
beer mail,
Because you're not
we
receiving
got
it.
sent that beer, so then we talked about
Right.
the beer we got in the mail and not beer that we purchased. So even this, I purchased this Yeasayer tonight. I went to Matron and I bought it. This link up, obviously, this is our non-profit, so I did not pay for this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're pretty like transparent when it comes to that stuff. But
I
back
like
in
that
the
we
day,
have a
people
hater
used to-
story for everything.
for everything.
I feel like the haters are not that intense anymore. At least not on our
no one
content,
hates
which
anymore.
is nice.
Everyone's lovely now.
Yeah.
The thing is, back in the
Oh,
day,
I wonder why.
I think we were like, all I could think was that we were ahead of the game. We were doing things that other people weren't doing. All the people who gave us shit back in the day are all doing podcasts now.
I know.
All those people who thought we were fuckwits and we were doing blah blah blah.
I'm like, what is this?
They're all
whack
doing the same
new
shit we're
medium
doing.
that
All of them.
you're speaking on.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
Like, I'm not saying we weren't like inventing anything. We were just doing it our way, trying to do our thing. And I think they
We loved
underestimated
podcasts
us.
and we wanted to make a craft beer pod.
Yeah. But people underestimated us because we presented ourselves in a more casual way.
Yeah.
And they didn't think that we knew anything. And, you know, all this time later, we have this business, the High Season, we have the Liquid Happiness stuff, the BAOS stuff, the Moving Fam stuff, a bunch of other projects that we're doing, even Link Up and, you know, the things that we're doing, like, it's kind of undeniable. So no one really hates that much. And if they say anything, it's, obviously like hate as opposed to a criticism.
Yeah.
At this point, there's
That's
not really
nice.
much
Yeah,
to
so
say.
it's
So it's
just
cool
nice
to
that things
look
are
back.
better. Yeah.
Things are so much better now.
Yeah.
So like I don't want to be even.
But this
like,
is
the
so
negative.
cute.
This is kind of cute. So basically, yeah, that's where we're at. This is a little like beige wall with cut off BAOS posters like halfway down. If you look at the frame,
We can only fit so much in the frame.
I know, because they were at a normal height. If they were low, it would be weird for his
Yeah.
house. But
Yeah.
anyway, we'll watch this. This is Beer Mail Brewster Club.
C, certified brewhead.
And I am Scott Beer, cold beer enthusiast.
And welcome to our
Beautiful.
first ever product unboxing video.
Oh, we call
We're
it something
excited about
different.
this. How are you doing, mate?
I am fantastic, mate. How are you?
I am.
Yeah,
I love Scott so
Snazzy.
much.
Scott's the best.
I
Like,
am fantastic, mate. How are you? Yeah.
like I think I'm a bad actor. Scott was always so funny. Like he wasn't even like. I felt like he was very. He wasn't super comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah.
But once you got a few, like some of the funniest moments ever on BAOS, I don't know if we've ever
Or with
replicated
Scott
them.
without question.
With
Without
Scott,
question.
once he got a few beers in him. The good thing
Yeah.
about these beer mail, not this one because this was early on, but we did like hundreds of these beer mail videos.
Yeah.
Like 200-300.
All of the pods with you and Scotty just
Were
sitting
funny as
down
fuck, eh?
and yeah, were just hilarious.
It's
yeah. and
ridiculous.
Scott's like a full fledged comedian. Like
Once
he
we
should be
get-
on TikTok or
Yeah,
something.
he really should be. I don't know why he's
Yeah.
raising children and stuff. He should be on TikTok.
Oh,
But
love your
I know,
baby.
right? Sometimes we used to batch them, which is a great way to do content.
Yeah.
Check out High Season, at High Season on YouTube. We talk about that. So we do 3 videos in a night. So, you know, between me, him, Tiff, sometimes I'd make sure my brother was there as well. So he got
Shells.
in on it. Chelsea, his missus would be there.
Yeah.
And we'd all just split the beer. So you'd see we'd be drinking these tiny little bits of everything because we're sharing them with so many people. And we ended up getting pretty lit by the
Wow, what
end
a
of them. So then they got
pre-COVID
funny
world.
and
That's so
funnier.
funny. Like, we're all
I
just
watched these
hanging
ones. I
out.
was
Wow.
watching the one earlier and I was
Yeah.
just like, I couldn't even imagine
Yeah,
doing
what
these
a
things
different
now.
world, yeah.
Like I haven't seen Scotty in fuck knows how long. I don't think since
We
the
haven't seen
pandemic.
Scotty's baby.
So
we
they
haven't-
had the baby April 1st.
There you
And the
go.
pandemic started mid-March.
Yeah.
So the
That's
first
how
time
you
we
know it's
saw
been way
Ryan
too
yesterday,
long.
another
It's
one of our
horrific. Yeah,
mutual
it's so
friends.
bad. Yeah.
So maybe we'll see him this Christmas or some shit. Now things are a bit more chill, but
Yeah.
all right.
So you'd be wondering why we're matching. As you can tell, your wonderful navy blue hat.
So we're wearing the
is
same
matching with
Brewster
that
Club
hoodie
hat that they gave
Can't
us
plan
alongside
this
the.
You
stuff.
can't plan it.
just
This was
happened.
legit an accident, and
Yeah.
I'm just saying this is the universe, you know.
Yeah.
The beer gods. So this first unboxing, actually, y'all are going to see them next week when we drop the podcast for episode 34 with Brewster Club. So we actually have one of
so you
their
ran the team.
monthly subscription
device.
service boxes.
So what is Brewster Club to start for all the people who are not in the know?
Oh,
Wonderful
Scooter.
question, Scott.
He looks mad nervous right now.
I love it.
Brewster Club, 3 gentlemen,
Should we
Max,
skip forward a bit?
Julian, and Alex, I believe.
Yeah,
Although,
sure. That's so cute.
After the podcast, they have this
Still
cool
talking, what's that,
So much
3
time
minutes?
was just not having the
cover
beer.
that
Getting,
they send
yeah.
it in so that
So
the
much
box
yapping.
doesn't get ruined in transit as well. Because they've really taken a lot of
That's what
time
V-Max
with their
would
branding.
Yeah, the branding.
Oh, Scooter was wearing that? Yeah, I used to like
So
being
they've
next
got
to it. I
the
got that
Brewster
plume
Club on
sweater
it's
too.
really cool.
Oh,
Ooh.
you know the vibes of the B-roll. Oh, a little
Really,
what's that
you
called?
can tell
Kenny
already
Burns?
There's a bit of effort going into this.
Is that what you
All
did?
the editors will know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty heavy
that's the
too.
Kenny Burns right there.
Let's, shall we?
Oh, I guess we must have did B-roll. Oh, look at the B-roll.
Check out the B-roll. Ooh.
All right. Yes. We're gonna
Smooth
box them out.
transition
So
to
there's
smooth
4 different
transition.
breweries, each box. We've got 4 rows, 3 little guys, and 2 rows of tall guys. So we have Sawworks from Knoxville,
You
Tennessee.
hear that
We have
clipping in
Flat
the
12
edit?
from
Would
Because
never
of the
let that
audio.
happen now.
Yeah.
But it's
We
a,
have
it's like
450
if you just
North
cut a clip,
from Columbus,
that's what happens. But
Indiana,
you can
and,
smooth, you
the
can
Brewers
drag
Out
the
from
audio. If you
Baltimore.
Just
detach
smooth it
the
out a
audio,
bit.
you can
So we
drag it
picked
over and smooth it
these
out a little
4
bit. So
to
it's
run
like
today
fade
since
out.
drinking
So I would never
10
have a
beers
clip. Like,
Never.
the clip
in the
on.
space
So you were
of a
learning-
short video.
Well, I was learning 'cause
The
remember-
interesting thing about that is that you were learning as an editor.
Guys, I was not an editor or anything. By
And also,
any
Tiff edited
means.
all the videos, so everyone
Yeah.
know, like all the podcasts, every podcast you've ever seen, except for since pre-pandemic.
Yeah,
Tiff edited.
pre-pandemic, every podcast I
Rich
episode
did
I edited.
some for a bit actually. Were we paying Rich for?
Oh,
it?
I think he did like 5 or something.
Yeah, shouts to
When was
Richard.
that?
Richard Bastarash. He
Something
was
happened when he was
ages
making
ago.
video, yeah.
I think he just got busy. But
Yeah.
Rich is the homie. He does
Yeah.
all the part, who does all our music videos. So
Yeah,
that was
honestly,
really
it's
cool
too.
seeing
It's too for someone who's like such a serious editor. It's
he,
just like,
it's too
yeah.
like beneath him. Shouts to Rich anyway. But yeah, Tiff
like
was.
for me, I wasn't an editor. I'm like, sure, like I'll clip this stuff together. Anyway, it helped me so much editing this because it helped me be able to edit the high season videos.
yeah,
Because I
this
have
is
learned so much because of
over
BAOS.
over the years, right?
Yeah.
And just sort of slowly
before we
now-
move things to Dan. But like now Dan's doing all that. But like I am.
But you're still probably you're advanced than Dan in like you've done it for a longer amount of time. So there's other things you know, but he does all the effects that like you didn't bother to learn.
His editing is so much more fun.
Yeah, it's a different.
I was
type of
more
editing.
practical, and his is just more like I'll do like cool zoom ins and cool like.
Dan's
He brings the
with
Gen
that.
Z flavor.
Oh, Daniel. Alright, I'll keep this moving.
Feasible.
Should we skip over?
Yeah.
So 12 of these, you sign up and you get 12 of these a year.
Correct.
Is that the idea?
Yes. And the best part I thought was the coolest thing, because I haven't looked into these type of services too much. I know we've been contacted by some
I also
before,
always love the way
and
Scott
whenever
drinks
I'd seen
beer compared to
pictures
He
you.
just
of-
necks it.
Yeah, he
of,
just necks it. So it's like a different type of beer drinking. It's
they
like
usually had like two
I
or
feel like
three
your
of the
throat
same beer,
opens.
which I thought was kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's almost
But
like you could beat a
this
food
is
eating
12
competition.
different beers from the same
Like a
brewery.
He could
I
nab
love
Yeah.
some
that.
gooses.
Yeah. He just
and
feel
on
like-
top of that, which I thought was
I
cool,
just like I feel like
these
he's going down
individual
his
beers
throat
are
or something.
available for order
Pause.
separately via their online website. So via brewsterclub.com, I believe.
Super like promotional
I
all
think
that
so.
shit off the rip.
6
We
or
know
12.
what
Yeah,
we're
if I'm
doing.
like,
Yeah,
man, I'm
shields
loving
for
this.
real.
I want to get it exactly. I want to get 12 of these flat 12
Like
straight.
shields for real.
You can
Shields
do
for real.
that. On top
We used
of
to
that,
call it
you can
shields.
pick them up in the store. So even if you're local and you really enjoyed that one, rather
Now
than
they all want their
ordering
freebie.
online, because if you live in
Right.
Canada and you can't go
All
get
those
them,
sea glasses, we were repping that,
you
man.
can
I
just
know,
pop
I
into
love
the store
it.
and pick it up. Which
I guess
was super
Scooter already
cool,
had them
'cause
too,
you
right?
then you
Yeah,
can
he
at
had
least
them,
try
yeah.
a bunch rather than be stuck. What
He
if you
bought
get
everything.
3 beers at the same time? You're like, oh, man,
He's
it
cool.
is.
Well,
Like,
Scott.
that's what I think is
He's
cool.
the
And
best.
that's, sometimes you do get beers you're not into too much, and that's
It's him
fine,
and
but
Sean.
you're not going to
Yeah.
drain pour it. But you don't want to drink like 2 more of them necessarily.
Anyways, yeah, let's just keep
Yeah,
skipping
the
around.
point.
Okay, don't
So
bite us,
basically,
don't bite
these
us.
were
Maybe
pretty
we'll cut
long.
that out.
Like I think a beer mail anything video can be about 10 minutes.
Let's see
Now
how
we're
we
able to
did it.
truncate things to under
Goes
60
down a
second
treat.
reel. So that's where life has gone.
It was a different time, to be honest.
So that was that. The brew was that.
So,
This was probably
Baltimore,
pre-video
Maryland.
on
do you know
Instagram.
what?
Brewed
I
somewhere
bet
in
you
Canada.
that you weren't even
That's
here
how
for
they
this
go.
one.
Next.
Some of these ones, like, because look how much
You
we're
didn't have
having in
anything, yeah, because you
the.
used to do that from time. I
What we
to
used to do, because everyone was there,
It's
I
always in
pour
the
some
side
for
flick, and
everybody.
for
And it
some
looks like
reason,
we're
the
not
last, like,
pouring them
month
for
or
everybody.
so,
Unless it was the
we
first
do
one
this
ever,
and
we
do
just
it.
all
Yeah.
split them after.
Yeah, because I'm there.
It was always awkward if
I think
like,
you weren't
you
pouring.
and Brad were standing there, and then we would just like
Episode of something.
not give you
Drinking
any
or
beer. We'd be
standing, yeah.
doing it. Like
Yeah,
we ended up
TV
just
show.
making sure we'd pour
I think
for
I
everybody.
Could've
was
been like a
here based on the
Mythbusters thing,
B-roll and
but
stuff.
They showed that was the best way to.
Pour for myself.
And I also think I
Wow.
remember being, wow, you're so selfish.
Selfish,
Wow,
wow, that's enough,
that-
that's
Scott
enough,
would
bro.
never do that because he's a
Oh,
server.
really
He was an
pretty.
old ex-server.
Record root.
And no, we'd also
Bartender life sticks with you
Kinda
forever
matches
because that's the
the
only thing I remember.
Yeah.
He's so like
Copperhead
chivalrous,
Amber,
as they
450
say.
North
Chevaliers?
Columbus, Indiana.
Etc.
Not to be.
Oh,
Oh my gosh!
Another-
Ah, I didn't
Another
notice the
basic
background.
final cut
Oh.
You're
templated
attractive
uh,
ass.
text.
gosh.
Ugh.
I wish you could buy them. We could sell them to you, but we can't because they're all sold out. Shouts to BrewHeads. Head over to the BrewHeads.com as well. While you're
Look at
at
that promo.
Custom
You know,
Brewhead
right? You know,
glasses.
promo.
Go on 22 carat.
We were on top of the game back then.
Yeah,
We
we're,
weren't
I
fucking
know.
around.
Respect.
Do we want to keep watching this?
That's
We get the point.
pre-influencer Instagram.
Nothing
where they
really
just-
changes for 24.
yeah, it's just so long.
I don't even know what we talked about.
Let me see what the end was like.
Let
Can I
Scott know
can
if
just
you
scroll
want to
the
see
end?
the-
Oh, I don't want to. What if we say the bad
I'm
word?
really looking forward to drinking these tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, we stopped saying the bad word by
get
the
your
time
order
we
on,
did
and if,
the,
you're in the Plattsburgh area come January.
Episode
take a
30s?
look.
No,
You
we
probably
definitely
cop
cut it
these
out. It
fly-ass
was way
trucker
earlier.
heads online. They have Brewster
I like
Club.
all your
yes, it's
Vitality
t-shirts. It's
accessories.
Brewster Club. Actually, we have a navy and a black hat and
No. Oh, you like them or
the
you didn't?
t-shirts. So
I should bring them
say
back.
their
Yeah.
thumbs.
Got all these
Women
rings
love
on in the
craft beer
video.
too.
Yeah.
I just stopped
Oh, wait,
wearing
for the
rings.
ladies.
It's just
We
like
love women.
my fingers
We
swell
love
when
women.
it's
And we
hot.
want more women on the show. So
Yeah.
we're I've reached out actively to a few.
Oh, look, we at least we were
So
trying
they're
for a
great, and
while.
They know lots about beer.
For what?
So
I'm saying
women
no
on the
one really wants
pod.
to look at hairy blokes all the time.
no.
We're like, we'd love to have more women on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We've always
There's
wanted to
no-
though.
We're not bad, I guess, but there's.
I mean, we're alright.
But there's
However,
women,
there's other people you'd probably rather be looking at.
I agree, particularly women who know a lot more about beer than we do. So, all right, guys.
Look at that woke,
check it out, Brewster
woke,
Club,
woke kings.
And have a good evening, afternoon.
Leftist propaganda. Am I right or
Cheers.
am I right?
Catch it.
See, he said catch it only.
Nah, but
There
it's
you
like
go.
he cut it off. All right, and the last one. So this, I'm excited for this
Wasn't this
one.
one of our top videos, though?
Yeah, I think this might be this one.
Yeah, because
So-
of the vlogs. Anything that was like the word and
Why don't we start doing this? So we started doing vlogs for travel. So
Yeah.
I hadn't been able to leave Canada in forever
Mm-hmm.
because I was an immigrant piece of shit. And basically, I got
Go
my
back.
visa in September 2016,
Mm-hmm.
and within less than a week of getting the visa, we booked a trip to Vermont. And it's
Yeah,
all
we
I
didn't
ever
play.
wanted to
We
do.
didn't gameplay.
So we didn't have a vlog camera yet. We ended up buying the Canon G7X, but we used I think at the time it would have been our iPhone 6.
Yes, with a tripod.
with the Joby little fucking thing
Yeah.
that we got for it
Yep. You know
in the
vibes.
car, and we did B-roll. So we've been watching vloggers on YouTube to see how to do B-roll and intros and blah blah blah. So this one is going to be more interesting. This is just Tiff and I going to Vermont. This is the first vlog we ever did. We did a 2-part vlog, and I haven't seen this in a long time, but we'll just probably skip through. This goes for it's only 11
I like
minutes.
my intro. Hey,
not
good,
bad.
good for us.
Maybe
Good.
we did. That's why we did 2 parts to it.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
that's why. See, we do part 1 and 2, and now I
We'll
know
just skip
better.
through
Where
it,
it's just
but-
like everything doesn't need to be in parts; it just needs to be.
This
cut
needs
down.
to be short because no one cares,
Yeah.
and you can just make
It's
it
fine.
efficient.
A whole vlog is 11 minutes for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, look at us putting
Oh,
our Ray-Bans.
where's the music?
We had this for a Ray-Ban.
Wow, those bags look so nice now.
Yeah, they look so.
I remember doing this. Oh, the Nikes. Ugh.
What's good, y'all? This is C certified.
Stripes like
Breweries.
that checks.
We about to take you
What parking lot is that?
to Vermont.
I don't know.
Oh, it went to Plume.
With the plume? Hey.
Hey, notion on the music, notion on the beat.
Hey. Oh, do you want to look at that reverse parking skills? Oh,
Shout out
Oh,
to Plume, favorite cafe in
and
Montreal.
I like that you wear the Plume hoodie in the last
the
one.
plume hoodie in the last one,
Yeah.
repping them. The non-existent RIP plume.
R.I.P.
Shouts to Dave at the Mornington Peninsula long sleeve from Melbourne because we just went to Australia a few months before.
So we were watching family vlogs, and that's how we learned to vlog, basically. Because like vlogging was freaking huge for family channels back then, and we were watching a few, and this is kind of where we stole the music and B-roll. And then there was the Casey Neistats of the world and stuff like that. This was their time. This was like peak vlogger life back then.
And we had the same camera as before, but we didn't use that camera for this because we knew how bad it looked.
Yeah, so we used our phone.
We used the phone. We wanted to try it
We
out.
went to Lazo and got the
We made it.
Yeah.
wide angle
We are in
lens.
America, as you can tell by these traffic poles that have flags. of
America.
every single one.
And always
The
making it to
other
America
school
was
buses.
always so tense because Craig was an
I'm voting
immigrant.
right now, this
Still
is
am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my citizenship test in the next few days, though.
Everyone
Wish
should
me
do
luck,
that.
guys. I know. I've been studying.
Really quiet too, so maybe it's like a quiet town, America.
America.
So Scotty and I have this stupid thing we started in 2011. We went to
Hope y'all can hear.
upstate New York, and every time we see an American flag, we salute it and say America.
America.
So there wasn't that many from up until right now. America, and it's pretty damn funny. So we decided.
Different
Hey,
angles?
honestly, the quality's not that terrible.
Yeah, it's not that bad for like a
To be
phone
honest,
vlog.
yeah.
We're gonna go America.
And this is what iPhone. This is not 8s,
iPhone
these are
6.
6s. So like, this is pretty impressive to be honest. Like, go ahead, iPhone. The only problem was as soon as the light was gone, that's when it's like.
Oh, then the shit is like a
Yeah.
mess.
Now it's much better.
Pick up some beers.
They learned a lot from the
I feel like we
Android.
knew how to talk to the camera pretty good, though. I mean, we've obviously done a lot of videos, but
You're great. I hated talking to the camera. I hated it with a passion. But you were great at it.
I got better at it, but I was always mostly comfortable and I could
Yeah. I
bullshit
feel
my
like
way
only
through
just
it.
doing the high season social YouTube videos made me comfortable now. More comfortable.
No, I think you got comfortable from doing this stuff from BAOS. Yo, this was Smuggler's Notch. I'll never forget that. We're playing G-Eazy going through there.
Oh, wow, nice.
Bitch, you got a fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
We went straight to Alchemist. That's hilarious.
That's the biggest effing deal.
That's it. Oh my god. Looks like it's it.
I can't express how this made me feel, man.
Oh my gosh.
And it's so beautiful, though, especially the first time.
The first
It was
time,
so
right?
beautiful.
Such
Who would've
a
thought it'd
big
be this?
place.
I knew this is a new brewery.
It's a pretty gorgeous building.
This is out of control.
And I hadn't been in the States for a long time. I've been like completely locked in Canada.
Vermont is also just a
So
magical place.
we just arrived in Stove.
I guess we've all been locked in Canada now. Now everyone knew how we felt
I'm
for
a
the
little
last
excited right
18
now
months.
because fucking boom, get that in ya. Fucking out of control. Look at this place though. Like seriously,
Honestly, though,
It's
that brewery is
crazy. Who the
so
fuck is that
gorgeous.
big?
Like, so cool.
how do they not have the capacity to make?
It's such a cool looking building with those big.
This is phenomenal. Let's go
Massive.
for one.
There's a term for those windows, steel iron.
Yeah.
Windows. I love
This
those.
is like engaging. This is good content.
Hey,
I
I'm
think
not
that's why
mad
it does
at
well.
all. Yeah, I think this is why they do well. Because like, okay, we don't talk for too long, and then you cut the B-roll in between, and everyone's happy.
I was walking inside, I'm like, where's my mask? That's my first thing I thought looking at myself. That's,
Trauma.
right?
Isn't that crazy? That
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that was part of the
The intro.
intro forever.
That was with the phone.
That actually just tripped me out.
Here, the Alchemist Brewery in Stove, Vermont. I'm drinking a Focal Banger right now. Phenomenal beer. Tiff is drinking
Crusher.
Crusher.
Look at you. See? Look.
I do. I look 17, first of all.
You look so
I look
young.
like a young little slim baby.
You look like a baby.
I look like I'm not even grown into my own self or something. I don't know if that sounds so deep, but I just look like a baby. Like I just don't feel like that's myself at all.
Oh my God.
That's so weird. How creepy.
Why are you so young?
You know what? It's different when you look at photos versus video. Cause you're like, oh, that's me talking, and I look like some weird ass.
You look very uncomfortable.
I look so
nervous and shit
uncomfortable.
there. Yeah, now you're fucking
now I'm like fucking
bro.
chilling. Hey guys, check me out. You know, we're talking here, we're chilling.
Oh my
But here I'm like,
God,
all
that's
right,
so
cool.
cool.
How do I look? I'll drink beer and then I'll get out of the frame to prove I was here. Get out, Tiff. You know, I know myself. You see how I got out of the frame? I know myself. I'm like, cool. I participated and now I'm gonna walk out.
And see, I didn't follow you. I just kind of let you do your thing.
Yeah,
I was
good.
like,
Because you know it's really good. Because obviously there was space there. I just chose to exit.
But yeah, I'm impressed, of course.
What was the time there was a DJ? Is that how Scott?
that was another time we went. I don't know if it's Scott
Oh, I
was
think
there.
this guy was there
What's
because
the
we were
name of this
making
time?
jokes how he started like playing like Aaliyah and
As soon as you
like
walked
all
in.
these hip hop songs. This guy's like, oh, DJ me.
Right? The DJ sees a. I bought a case?
Oh, he's
All
just
right.
I was like, Scott's gonna cream.
I don't know.
Oh, I bought it for Scott. That's why. I didn't think I'd buy it
I
for
remember
myself.
the women drinking in the.
Wait, don't wait. Just drink it now.
Yes.
Oh, they got kicked out for this.
Did they?
Yeah, they got kicked out for drinking in the car
they're
park.
great.
They told us about Sip of Sunshine, these ladies.
There you go.
So like, yeah, we just like.
Vermont's still the greatest place on earth.
As long as it's from the
Don't
can,
at
that's all
me.
that matters.
Don't at
so
me.
It's fine. Doesn't matter what way from the
Let's have to
can.
go soon, I guess. America. Okay.
Vlogs are so much more fun, aren't they?
This is actually like that's why we haven't even
We
skipped
should
forward.
create
This
more
is pretty
vlogs. Yeah, we
dope.
haven't even skipped yet. We're just, ooh, look at that. Little
Ooh, look at
reverse.
Zany.
Look at me, I'm so zany.
There we go. Kia, ew.
In Burlington. Nah, B, got that shit from the source, son. It was out of control.
Take
I
the
was
hood
so
down,
impressed. Like, I know
Seven.
this
Yeah,
is
sorry.
Alchemist,
I don't talk like that so much on
but,
this
like,
no more.
this,
It was very hard to separate personalities
Yeah, like
from the
human
music shit. We were like
personalities.
touring and doing shows and
It's
blah,
actually
blah, blah.
funny to have multiple personalities per platform.
Well, it was hard.
Like technically, who I am on High Season, who I am here, I feel like it's the same person.
Pick up another one.
Except I cut
Nah,
my
you're a little
swears
more.
down.
Yeah, you cut the swears down, but like,
I'm just excited. We got
it's very interesting.
Get into a liquor store at 10 a.m. now to go get it. We got what we needed.
Look at me, I'm
So
excited.
mission accomplished.
Cream in my
for the trip.
I'm so happy for
stacks,
you.
man.
We're heading up to Ben and Jerry's. We actually met these chicks.
Oh, we did that?
Oh, we did
That's
too. Is that the tour
hilarious.
time?
Yeah, that's
Aw.
what
Close by, so
Shouts to Ben and Jerry's though.
Let's get through because it's just talking.
Anyway, yeah. Alright, this is going. Oh wow, it's
Oh my
almost
gosh,
done.
it's almost done.
I didn't mean to watch the whole thing, guys. Sorry. Oh wow.
Okay, I showed you that, guys. Alright, nice.
Waterbury or wherever we are now. I think it's time for Bell.
You just look so young. I can't get
I
over
look
it.
like a baby. It's almost like, why are you dating someone so young, you weirdo? No?
Yeah,
You feel that way? Like, don't I look like such a baby?
yeah, but like,
Why
it's
though?
so
It's
you.
so weird. I wonder why. Hey.
Is that the crib? Oh, we did the fake
Oh,
entry.
this is our fake entry
Hey.
seats.
We made it. We are here in.
I remember the hotel. What if I put it?
That
in
was
there?
one. I loved this. I loved this
At the
Airbnb.
Airbnb's.
But now the
place.
Airbnb we're in is
Crazy.
one of the best Airbnb
Take
stays
you
we've
outside,
ever had.
actually.
Would you say that? The one that we're in right
Easily.
Let
now?
me show you something.
Easily.
So we went
So
to the kitchen
clean.
to
It
put-
just
oh,
feels like a home. It
man,
feels
I'm
like
getting
I would
ahead of
move
myself.
in here
That's why we didn't want
and
to
be
leave.
happy.
That's why you're like,
That's
yeah,
why
we're not
we're
going.
extending the stay because it's just
You didn't
like
message
I
me
love
back.
this.
Stash.
Motherfucker.
Got the headies,
Hey.
vocals,
Ooh, nice.
And-
Crushes?
call. He's one the broken spoke.
Oh, and Broken Spoke Chick. Did I get Crusher?
That was my fave.
I went to
back
the
then.
fridge.
No, but Crusher was the one we liked.
No, Crusher was. I was obsessed.
Remember that video? That was
Yeah,
one of our
that's right.
highest
You know,
viewed videos
yeah.
is the when we did
Crusher
before
was-
Broken Spoke versus Vocal versus Heady versus
Yeah.
Crusher in the fridge.
She was so good, man. That was great. This
They already
was the
had
best
second
host.
fiddle and Sip
Funnily
of
enough,
Sunshine.
We met these ladies at the front of the Alchemist, and they told us about this guy, Lawson Sip of Sunshine. So definitely going to be copying one of those.
We didn't
You
even
know, did
steal
you
it.
know-
We're good man down. We
Yeah.
didn't even steal
No, you know what's
shit.
funny is she was giving it to us. It wasn't even like stealing. She
Area,
was
it's
like,
a
take the
compound.
beer.
It's like
That was the whole
Airbnb
point, yeah.
host?
We were like, oh, we don't want to take the beer.
It's really
I didn't
fun,
think she was
so-
trying to say take it.
I swear she in the fridge it was like, take the beer and just replace it.
Oh, because we didn't know if we could get it
We
again.
didn't want to take the risk.
Forest right behind
Okay, anyway, so there's a forest. Remember this. Oh, this is Farmhouse, yeah?
Yeah, Farmhouse Tap and Grill, guys. If you go to Vermont, please go to Farmhouse Tap and Grill. It's so great.
Oh, because we went to
It's just beautiful
Oktoberfest.
places.
We still have that that mug on our shelf.
There you go. Yeah.
Anyways, this is actually pretty dope content. Yeah,
This is fun
Craig,
content.
alright.
Go check out the thing because everything we said still stays true when it comes to Vermont. This was such a good trip, and oh gosh, what a good time. Vermont's just Give them all.
This is
an
actually kind of
award
making
for
me
just
more
being
upset
amazing.
than anything
I
else.
miss Vermont so much. It's such a magical place.
Shouts to Ocean Baby Beats.
Time. All right, that was good. That was fun.
That was pretty good, right? That was
And
a
we
good time.
only yammered on for an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. That's not too bad.
at
Nice and short. But I feel like that was worth it. So for those who were listening to the audio, hopefully you at least caught most of that. We described what was happening. If you want to see, jump on YouTube and you'll be able to double check that because it's kind of fun. But that last one, I feel like out of all of them, felt the least dated as far as the
Like you can definitely still
There's
watch
no difference now. We
it's
just
like
look
it's a
12.
bit grainier and we look like children, but in terms of what we're saying and how it's presented, feels very on brand.
Yeah, you did it really good with editing. That was your
It's not me,
first
it's the
ever vlog.
It's the
You
thing.
do it
It's
even
because
better
we were watching
now.
all the family vlogs back then.
I know. That's why I dapped up Trey. Shouts to the Rush fam. Shouts to Jamie Perkins.
Yeah.
All the people we watch. I dapped both of them up.
Respect.
Audio wise, I got to actually tell them both that, man, I appreciate y'all, what you do. You guys taught us. You're the godfathers of this shit for us. So,
Nice.
Respect.
Respect.
That was fun. That was good.
Yeah, I like that.
So we'll probably do a YouTube version
and we'll
of
clip
this.
it. Yeah, let's clip it.
Oh, we'll
Put it on
clip
YouTube.
this. There
Yeah.
you go. We'll get Dan to clip it. Dan is the clip god.
Yeah.
So that'll probably save us even doing it. We went through it. That we might, if people enjoy it, we'll do different ones. We'll keep going through some of our other older ones.
A reaction to our old videos. It's a good time.
But that is it for this evening. Anything else, or
That
we
is it
wrap?
for today. Friends.
Where can everyone find you online?
You
Tiffany?
can find me everywhere at Liquid X Happiness on Instagram. I said everywhere, but that was a lie. You can only specifically find me on Instagram at Liquid X Happiness. So head on over.
Check her out. She got some fire stuff. Lots of
Holiday fun content coming up. So there you go. If you want to get the holiday vibes, if you want to know about the holiday drinks, the recipes, all the fun stuff.
The recipe you just had now for the
this one
French,
was good, right?
whatever you're gonna call it.
Yeah.
You have to come up with the name.
Patent pending.
Patent
Patent pending, name pending.
TM, registered trademark.
Yeah.
That's good timing. That's how long it lasted.
So it does actually die in our
That was on 2 battery. I'm gonna charge it.
Good to know.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching and listening.
See why I said we should put the light on? Because look how dark it is.
Yeah,
otherwise.
it's totally dark. We have to take a
Yeah,
photo with the
yeah.
other camera after this. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell.
Ding.
So you know when the new drops. Follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast. Check out the long form audio. We typically would go live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, but
Live as in audio, not live
as in live. Sorry, yes, as in that's when it goes. This will be Thursday instead. You know the vibes. Once again, sponsored by Manscaped. Use the code BAOS on manscaped.com for 20% off your order and free shipping worldwide, guys. That is it. We'll see you in the next episode. Get it in ya.